Don't say anything.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Shield Wardens. Welcome to the XP Guild. This is my world setting of the Shattered Lands. This is episode 46. So if you missed everything up to that, that's fine, really, honestly, because they completed like a big story arc. They defeated demonic incursion upon the floating islands of the Shattered Lands. For all those joining us for the first time, welcome. Say hi in chat if you're here live. We are live on Twitch, on Kick, and on YouTube. So we'd love to hear from you. We're generally monitoring all of those so we can kind of interact. But when last we left off, our players had reached the resort island of the Arkosian. It's essentially like a floating casino island, plus whatever else, kind of pleasure island all in all. And they are coming for mainly just much needed R&R, plus possibly some side vendettas from Hendrix with one of his rivals who's on this island. But we will find out more. So with that, let's go ahead. We're going to jump back into the game and then later on check out, because one of our players has a book and it'll tell you more about how to get to that, and we'll get there because we love plugging our people's stuff. So let's jump on in. We already have someone who's dropping a dank healing potion. Let's hope no one needs that. So Dave, can we get back to our group? There we are. What's up, guys? You find yourself here. This is the entrance, which is where we left off, to the Arkosian. I thought these were open, but they look like someone closed them. I don't know what's going on there with Dave's screen. It's all dark. Yeah, so you arrive. There's a large statue of a like muscular figure dressed in like armor. It's kind of like a half plate style armor, carrying like a very large sword, like sticking down into the ground. There are two like golden bear heads worked into the floor with a stylized A at each of these entrances. And I really don't know why we're not seeing all the players. We were seeing them last time I looked at the screen, and now they're gone. So I don't know what Dave did to screw it all up.
What happens in the Arkosian stays in the Arkosian.
Yeah. I'm legally blind.
So, anyways, as you guys arrive, I guess what's on your guys' mind? Like, you've just finished a long trip. You're just getting here. What's everyone thinking as they kind of arrive here?
First thought as I look at this statue, as I turn to Lucius, and have you been here before? Definitely thought something.
That's my twin.
Well, big guy, armor, big sword. Maybe it's one of your brothers.
Yeah.
Could be, or maybe they made a statue after they were looking for me last time.
True.
Last time, what did you do last time that would require them to actually make a statue?
Remember that person that took they looked like me and they were causing chaos?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Looking up at that statue. Yeah. This one's got bigger muscles, though, to be fair.
Yeah, sure.
Don't get mad. Here's what it is. Listen, Lucius, on the real note, did you manage to smuggle any weapons in here?
I just changed my weapon to the size of a dagger.
Oh, okay, fine. Cool. All right. Don't want you going in there empty-handed. In fact, I don't want any of us going here empty-handed. I'm going to say this one time to all of you. Yeah, a casino is designed to actually separate, and once divided, to actually really just prey upon your most wanton desires. So whatever you do, try and actually work together, stick to a plan, have a budget, stick to your budget. Don't go crazy out there. All right.
I've already walked through the front door. I didn't hear any of that.
Okay. I walk through the front door, and the first thing that I see, I'm going to buy 100 gold pieces on.
Dead. Alright, I guess if I can, I'll move forwards and enter the room.
All right, yeah. All right, so you were thinking about the statue, and as you walk in, you see, and I didn't populate all these with the hundreds of tokens that would eventually be in all these things, as it is. I know people have issues with everything, but oh, were you able to move it now that I moved it in a bit for you? But okay, we'll just do that then, I guess.
Yeah, I shut down the other one.
No problem, no problem. In fact, I'm going to really quickly, before I go too far, drop this, because I thought I did it for everyone else, global illumination, because the lighting, I did not verify was everything. All right, so you walk in. There's like a large fountain there that is kind of just slow, kind of spewing of constant water. The room itself has these like sparkling blue ethereal lights that kind of fill like around the space there, as well as these kind of like turquoisey bluish lights that hang above. To your left, there's a door, and on the floor, there's stylized double S on there. There is a kind of near the fountain, kind of lounging around on it at the moment. There is a jester, kind of like laying back. He's got like gold and white checkered pattern outfit. He's got like a gold and white hat with a jester tassels on the end. His face painted half white, half gold, and kind of like looking around at you guys as you walk in. There are other patrons that are kind of moving about, some coming in and out of the door to your left. To the right, you can see down a hallway, it appears to be several like shops and things like that, like a little small little outlet section where you can buy things and check things out. These doors, if not open, should have been open. So yeah, going back to what is everyone kind of thinking as you're entering? What's your thoughts or plans as you come in?
I suggested to the group that maybe after, no offense, Natsu, food you cooked was lovely, but maybe you just go for a sit-down meal. Yeah, a gist of the land. See what sort of thing we're dealing with.
Have we booked a room? Do we have rooms? Have we set up our accommodation yet?
No, I believe nobody has sent word ahead we were coming. So,
all right, I'm gonna go. I'll talk to the concierge. I'll sort out rooms for us. You sort out some food.
One moment here. So Lucius, what are you thinking? Like as you're walking in, is there things on your mind that like not even necessarily what you're saying to people, but like was there plans that you're kind of looking for to do, or something that's on your mind as you've walked in through these large doors?
I think he likes the idea of getting a lay of the land and see what's around, and if anything, see since we're technically here on vacation somewhat, see if there's any activities we can do.
All right. So as you guys kind of walk in, the jester kind of looks at you and smirks and goes, "Why, hello there. I'm Coronas. I'm the mighty, the magnificent, the greeter here, amongst other things, many other things. Might I suggest a few things? Over here," and he gestures towards the door with the double S's there, is our wonderful hotel here, the Serendance Suites. You done, Dave? I know they can't hear it, but I can. It's really fucking annoying.
I love the idea of Natsu just really slurping on a straw as he's trying to do his bit. This poor guy who's on minimum wage, trying to get through the spiel. Like some guy's like straight up slurping in his face, going, "Swirl it," you know.
Oh man.
For watchers, The party got a interesting entertainment there.
Oh.
Oops, sorry guys. Forgot to read the other one.
Our hotel, the Serendad Suites, here are wonderful accommodations there. There are, of course, various eateries. There is a bar on the casino floor that you can get some food at. If you go up the stairs, there is the Twilight Lounge. It's more of a more private, more relaxed kind of bar, but also has some wonderful food up there. Of course, there are various options. You could get food while you're playing. There is some villages inside on the island that also, if you wanted a less resorty sort of thing, there's that. And perhaps certain cell swords are about, but they will be hidden in certain places, and I'm not divulged to tell that. But any questions, I am here, and I am the all-knowledgeable one here upon the island. He kind of shakes his head and little, like, bells jingle as he does so.
Does he look familiar, since I have been to this island before?
If you've been to this island before, then yes, he would indeed look familiar.
Okay. I didn't know if there was a separate section.
No, he tends to be in this area. It's just, he tends to be anywhere here. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's just a matter of where you are, when you are, he might show up. Like, he just kind of wanders the island from what you remember.
Gotcha. Well, it depends on which way we want to go. I mean, I do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but maybe we want to relax. Am I correct? We are not here for business, are we?
No, God no. We're here to relax. Sorry, what was this guy's name? Because he said quite a few. How should we
This
address?
is cordoned off arse.
God damn it. Coronas.
Yes, that's what I said. Cornhold ass.
Cornhold us.
Cornhold ass. Nice to meet you,
Okay.
sir. Or maybe I'll
Go on.
get to know you a bit better later on.
Not likely, Mr. Loams.
Shit, I'm on a list. He thinks to himself.
No list here.
Are you, you know my name?
I know everything. I am Cornus.
Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, Cornhole. I'll be honest with you. But since you know everything, oh wise one, which direction do I go to actually sort out rooms? Which way does my boy over here go to actually sort out the best food that they have available? Which way do we go to actually sort out activities for this evening? I'm talking about some violence and a little bit of decadence, and I think you know what I'm talking about. And not only that, can you actually supply my other friend over here with some kind of cat bath? No offense, Natsu. I'm just saying, just maybe half an hour with someone dealing with some nice herbs and spices. Do something with that hair, because my God, it's been several days on the ship.
Yes, well, like I said, right over here, points to the door with the SS on the floor, which, in hindsight, probably isn't the best monograms, but it's okay.
SNS, eh?
Yeah.
Randy, that's your way.
The stairwell there.
Historically not, but I do like the way that it's actually to the extreme left, so that's actually a bit of a change up, so that's fine.
Yeah, totally. Son of a bitch. You come up with a name and it sounds great until you put it in on the floor and say it that way. Up the stairs here and follow the catwalk to another set of stairs up. You'll find the Twilight Lounge. Best place to eat, drink, great cocktails, very interesting area. As far as baths, there are some further into the island. However, if you want recreation and baths, check out the royal design. You won't be upset. And that will be straight on through these doors, pointing to the doors to like the north here of our screen here. These stairwells that lead down. Right here is the casino floor. There's a bar. There's games. All the way to the other side is the royal designs. If you want to head outside towards the rest of the island, you'll take the left-hand door from the casino floor. And that will lead out into the gardens and eventually out into other things. If you are looking for things when you enter the casino, there is a host there who is happy to schedule you with events. There is a fighting arena. There is further baths. There's forests for hunting and hiking, archery, pretty much anything you could desire. Some on the books, some not so much.
All right. Well, that's a lot.
That's what we're here for.
Literally only listen to where the food was.
I'm gonna head out through the double S doors, the S squared, if you will.
S squared works. Let's do that one.
Yeah, going to the S squared. La 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 la. And I will approach the person behind the counter. As I go through the doors, I'm going to shout to the other three, go sort out drinks and sort out a meal. I'll catch you guys up.
Yeah, what sort of time of day is it, just out of reference? What time?
Trying to remember when you guys arrived. I want to say it's more afternoonish time.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
Closer to evening.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Starting, probably you've had lunch on the ship, and now you're kind of heading towards maybe needing dinner, or
Sure.
that sort of thing.
Book a table for later. Come meet us at the bar for drinks. We'll go to the bathhouse and then go back.
Sounds good. I love it. I love this plan. This is a good plan. We're going to be on holiday, Hendrix.
What?
Holiday. No worries, no stress, no drama. Do you understand me?
I stretch my back out. Yeah, no, it'll be fine. I agree. As I turn and continue to do it.
Fucking guy is going to be a death of me. I'm going to turn around to the counter. Who am I looking at here?
So in that section, there are several front desk people. There is, in particular, probably the one you've walked up to is probably like a late teens human female, blonde hair, brown eyes, kind of. They're all in these. They're like a light blue kind of suit. In this one particular, because the female, it's very like curve fitting. It's got kind of a bit of a collar to it, like cloth collar, obviously not metal. I know that's got a bad connotation now in this campaign.
Gonna be checking for collars every fucking time. Are you kidding me?
And then just like gold trim worked into like the edges of, this fairly plain but elegant kind of uniform. They all seem to be wearing this similar, made out of like, knowing you would be able to spot like a silk, like a very nice high quality cloth.
Okay. As I go up to her, I'd like to subtle spell charm person.
And it begins.
I'd like to get a wisdom
lights
saving throw
flicker.
from her. Oh, do the lights flicker?
Lights flicker.
Okay, noted. As I do at the same time, I'm like, I will stop what I'm doing, and I'll take a long look around the room. I'd like to be looking for surveillance of any type, both on this plane and the next.
All right. Give me a, I guess, Arcana roll.
Okay, that is fair. I deserve that. I deserve all of this and more. Ability saves. Arcana. That is crazy high for what I am. That is a 23. Love my new D&D Beyond dice.
Yeah. Are you getting the ones that Dave changed them to? Because, oh my god, they drove me crazy.
No, I've got the ones with the that turn into like pools of acid and lava. And,
Okay, see, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave's got some weird one that like splits into like Lego parts or something.
Is this the
I
new
mean-
Lego?
oh, I hate that one. Yeah, I
Combination.
hate it. Oh, it feels so light. For something that's just made of graphics, it's so light. My one's got some weight behind it.
I'll be nice and change the dice.
Thank you, because I don't remember how to do it. Yeah. So with that, you kind of recognize that there are spells that are kind of worked into this, and it's very subtly done. But you can spot little like arcane symbols upon the lighting and such that alerts people to spells. And it seems that it varies depending on. Like the type of spell cast will cause different like lighting effects to happen to alert
Right.
people that things are happening.
Okay, that is noted. It was a subtle spell, so no one actually noted it was me doing it. There are
Yeah.
other people in this area, but I am alerted to that fact. So I will approach this young teenage woman, and I will have to use my charm as a natural charming person. We are all in trouble. I will lean in on the counter and I will wait for her to have a moment, and I'll get eye contact from her. And when I have that, I'd say, can I speak with you a moment, please?
But of course, I am here for helping people check into the hotel. What can I do for you?
Thank you. My name is Randall Loams. We are here on holiday. My companions have failed to actually book in any accommodation. We're looking for something that can actually satisfy 4 men. So 4 double beds, separate rooms, but within one suite, ideally. We'd be looking if you have a villa, which is slightly off outside of the casino area, so we have a bit of isolation. And ideally, something with a good view that doesn't have the sun coming in through any of the bedroom windows.
Right. Oh, well, I suppose, how long are you staying for, sir? And she starts, like, looking through this
How long is
tome that's in front of her.
I believe we're going to be here for at least the next week, possibly for a fortnight.
All right. Well, so we do have some villas that are situated outside of the casino itself, of course. Some views of the mountains and the forest in the distance. We have some with views of the gardens and the bath areas. Not enough to see anything like that. The public, swimming locations.
Okay.
We have those villas. I do have room in pretty much any of those locations. I could get you a small villa. Or we do have suites upstairs. Our suites tend to have rooms for 4. Most of them tend to have one like master with, 3 other for like children or, servants, whichever one you require.
I mean, sometimes the story just writes itself. We'll take those ones upstairs. Obviously, I'll be taking the master room. Here's the thing I have to tell you. One of my colleagues, he's actually here because he's just retired from the army. He's actually a rather famous individual on one of our islands, an individual by the name of Lucius. He has got connections to the Pantheon. I point upstairs. So obviously, I don't want him to know that you know, because he's not the kind of guy who's going to be talking about it. But if we could get something that would be representative of his divine upbringing, but in a, how can I put this, down-to-earth pricing. It's one of those moments where exposure goes a long way. Today you deal with a demi. tomorrow you deal with one complete one. Do you know what I'm saying?
So you're trying to leverage the fact that someday he might be a god to get a cheaper price on the room?
Well, I'm just saying that we all want to have friends in high places, and this is an opportunity for yourself.
Got you. Well, I mean, we do appreciate our veterans here at the Arkosian. Our great founder of the palace itself was a decorated warrior and king. So, I mean, we're not unreasonable, all right? So we are looking at a suite for 4 individuals for a week here at the Arkosian. We are looking at normally 1,500 gold pieces. We are more than happy to discount that for our clientele that are, of course, veterans for 1,200. And then there's also the possibility that as you play, sometimes the host will reduce that. So we do usually ask for a half upfront payment. And then, you know, depending if your play warrants a further discount could be applied and perhaps even fully reimbursed.
Oh, that sounds lovely. I appreciate that. So what we're looking at here is 600 gold pieces. Is that right?
600 gold pieces as the beginning, just for incidentals and everything. And we'll, of course, reevaluate as the week goes on.
No, I understand. Well, I mean, we fully intend to be gambling quite heavily. One of them has got a bit of a gambling problem. So that could work out well for you. What I would say is 600 just now. How about as an opportunity? I hear what you say would be your standard rate. I would be doing him a disservice if I didn't even ask the question. How about we get a further 25% off the top of that, and we'll make it worth your while in terms of the amount that we spend on the gambling floor.
I mean, like I said, I'm somewhat limited to the parameters in which they allow me to work.
Sure.
I believe that your play will definitely warrant it, and the host will more than likely just write the whole thing off. But I'm not able to make that decision. I'm just the desk girl.
Okay. No, I mean, you and I both know you have that power if you want to. I'll tell you what, I'll go to 500 gold pieces. How's that?
I mean, we can do 500, and I can hold on to something. Maybe that dagger you've got there, that ceremonial-looking thing.
That is actually a religious artifact that I need to hold.
So you wouldn't want to leave without it.
And more to the point, I can't leave here without it. It needs to be on my person at all times.
I mean, you have all sorts
understand.
of things, wonderful rings, and I'm sure something else of value you'd like to leave as collateral.
Yeah, sure, no worries. I have here a ceremonial war gong. It's very important to me. I'll be happy to leave that with yourself for as collateral. How's that for you?
She looks at it skeptically. Well, it's something, I guess. I'll leave that up to the administrators to deal with further.
Okay, fine. So I give her the 500 gold pieces, and I give her the war gong, which I have never used ever.
I'm wondering what pocket you pulled it out of.
You're assuming a pocket. Let's just say I had to bend over for a little bit. I'm glad I put it in one way, not the other. To be fair, I give that to her. I take the keys that she offers, put down some details, and I leave to find the others.
Perfect. While he's doing that, where is everyone else at? What are we doing?
Getting lost trying to find the restaurant.
Okay. So he did gesture towards the stairs that are spiraling up, like in that corner here, right there. Well, it's one way to kind of go up. You guys are going towards the restaurant to the Starlight Lounge, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's activate this one. Even though Randy's not here, I'm going to make you invisible for a moment there, Randy. I don't know if you can see. Oh, I need to put a watcher on this screen.
Oh, literally, this is the restaurant. Okay. No way I can get lost.
I mean, there was a couple of ways to get there, but...
Oh, okay.
skip it. Like, so you walk up these spiral stairs, which leads you to an area that overlooks the casino floor. And what you see is like there's as you're walking in, to the left, there's like a bar down on the floor area over there. To the right, there's a bunch of tables. There is like a cage area where people are like cashing in chips and getting various denominations of money exchanged. There's a band that's playing down on the floor area, and there's 3 large double doors with like stairwells that led up to those. But from the second level, it's like a catwalk. And upon here, there are a bunch of people in like dark blue suits and gold trim. These all have arms on them. They have like crossbows and swords strapped onto them, like watching the floor itself and kind of like watching as you guys walk by. But then in the middle, okay. Yeah, so there's like this series of like almost like a T catwalk thing, but in the middle of there, there's another set of spiral stairs that lead up, and so it's kind of like marked. There's like little signs that kind of generally direct you in that way, and if you asked or whatever, they'll point towards the stairs as the direction. And when you emerge, you enter this very dark room, very dim lighting. It's got these hanging lanterns with this very pale, like tealish light on the ground as you enter. So there's this spiral stairwell that comes up, and as you reach towards the top, there's an interlocked metallic roof to it that starts to slowly open up to the point so that you can walk up and enter into this lounge. And then as the last of you walk in, it kind of locks itself back down. The floor there has like a stylized S and L for Starlight Lounge there. There is a square bar in the middle of the area and a bunch of little tables strewn across the room. There's patrons kind of scattered around. On the opposite end, there is a small like platform that's been built up, and there is a musician over there that's just kind of playing like some light background sort of music. The roof itself is like domed, and it all has like this sparkling starlight look to it. Like it almost looks as if you're gazing at a cloudless, starry night with like the various lights. And even as you watch, you see like a comet or a shooting star or something coming across the thing here, and like stars are twinkling and various small enough motion that it almost looks, or perhaps is, like an actual view of what the night sky would look like. Behind the bar, there is a couple of bartenders. They're all in a very dark suit, again with golden trim on it, and with like the stylized A worked into like the collars. And one of them is a dark-haired, elvish-looking male, kind of pale skin, skinny, lithe. And there is there's a female tiefling that is also back there with like purple skin, like lightish purple skin, but then like a dark purple lock of hair that's kind of like worked up into like a bun, but it's, you know, stylized, and she's got like this glitter like worked into her hair, these little ram horns that kind of curl backwards from the side of her head. And they're just kind of attending. There is a decent number of people in here. It's not like astronomically, like there's places to sit if you want. Like there's spots in either of these booths that are worked into the side of the room, or there are spots at the bar. And there's a couple of the tables, but the tables themselves only seat like 2. The booths could probably, even though it doesn't look like it on here, probably seat like 4 people.
Looking around the floor, does it look like where we're standing there's greeter? Will there be somebody come over, or does it just look like waitresses are just manning and waiters just manning tables from the bar?
Yeah, so there's the two bartenders, and then you see a couple of waiters that are kind of like walking around. It doesn't look like there's a host that's like there to like seat you, per se. And in fact, like as you guys are kind of gaining the lay of the land, a half-elven, kind of darker-skinned female kind of comes by and goes, "Oh, hi guys, welcome to the Starlight Lounge. There are a few open seats, please. Today is more of a mellow day. We don't have a host here on duty, but please pick your spot and either myself or someone." Oh, sorry. Yes.
We actually plan to go to the bathhouse for a couple hours and come here afterwards. Are we able to book a table? And I look across and I see the four-seater in the corner. Like, book that one over there for in a few hours.
Oh, yes. Shouldn't be a problem. I will see to it that it will be reserved for you, and we'll see you. Were we thinking 2-3 hours? What?
2.5 hours. 3 hours.
2.5 hours. Yeah. She like glances over towards the bar and goes, "Okay, yeah, I'll make sure that happens. I'll tell Zay."
Do you need a name?
Well, I mean, we'll probably recognize you, but we'll take a name. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. I give the name Hendrix. I palm over 3 gold and
thank you very much.
See you later then.
We'll see you later.
Actually, bathhouse, which is we just need to freshen up more than anything else. Which is we just
so there's 2 options for baths here upon the premises. There is the more like formal public baths, the pool area. They have some areas to wash and bathe. There are accommodations within your rooms if you've booked a spot yet. Or there is the Royal Designs, which is a little bit more of a event, sort of more personal bathing.
Public one should be fine.
All right.
See what it's like at that. Okay, well, we're waiting for a friend to join us. Are we okay to just go to the bar?
Please have a drink. I'm sure Zay makes wonderful drinks. And she points towards the elven man who's like currently like leaning up against the bar, chatting to someone at the bar, kind of like engaged in a little bit of a conversation, but it doesn't look like he's overly stressing or busy at the moment.
Fair enough. Apparently mine and Natsu's token is linked, so as I hold his hand and drag him to the bar.
Oh, well, that's one way to do it.
Yeah.
Delicious. That kind of trip.
I only wanted to move myself, but you seem to follow, so I was like,
the drinks are,
greet this same guy.
Welcome.
I will actually give him a wink and use a skill that I hardly ever use, called Panache. Yeah. Mainly used for combat, but there is an out of combat feature.
Okay.
I'll read the whole thing. As an action, you can make a persuasion check contested by the creature's insight check. Okay. On a success, a hostile creature, yada yada yada. Okay, again. If it isn't hostile, it is charmed for you for 1 minute. It's not a magical effect. It's just a skill I got as a fighter.
Versus his insight?
Yeah. Persuasion check versus insight.
Okay.
So I don't really have a persuasion, but I rolled a 16.
Okay. Yeah, you fail.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. It was just a little wink to see if I can get it and just say, give me 3 of your 4. Actually, we're waiting on somebody. Give me 4 drinks. Dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice. All right.
That is actually the name of a cocktail they have, which is purely non-alcoholic. Well done.
He kind of takes you guys in, and then he starts like pulling out bottles and starts mixing up drinks. To Natsu, he slides over this like colorful drink. He puts a cut, like there's like a pineapple wedge and like a strawberry wedge in there, and like slides it over with like a little umbrella stuck in there. For Hendrix, he whips up a. Trying to think which way Hendrix would go on cocktails.
I know how I would go, but what
Yeah.
bartender think I'd go?
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like he's doing it all on appearance and judging. He whips up a cocktail. It is very like citric in appearance. You see him put in like a couple, like a syrup in there, and a darker liquid, like liquor in there. So basically a whiskey base, like a whiskey sour, but with like a honeyier like syrup. So it's got a little bit of citrus, but a bit of sweetness worked in there. Nothing overly over the top. And then for Lucius, he ends up putting up together, uses a lighter spirit and like some sort of like fruit kind of juice in there, but it's more like a passion fruity sort of a thing with like a bit of like a like effervescent like sparkling wine or something topping that off. Slides those over. The last one. Okay, and he starts mixing up a drink, and he puts together like this minty, like crushed ice, fruity, over the top kind of drink. It's in like a big old like fishbowl sort of thing, and like slides it into the empty spot. Hope those all work. I'm Zay, by the way. Would you guys like these charged to a room, or are we paying here and now?
We're actually going to come back and eat later. We've reserved an appointed table in the corner. Are we able to put them on the table? I don't know. My friend was booking the room, and I don't know I have the keys yet. So.
Gotcha. No problem. We'll add it onto the table's tab.
Perfect. Thank you.
That's for the drink.
So, what have you made us? What are they called?
Well, actually, yours is an actual drink I make all the time called the Gold Rush. For Natsu, it's like basically based off a hurricane, so it's a rum and fruit juice based. Lucius would be something similar to like a vodka with like, I guess it would be similar to like a porn star martini. So it would be like a vodka with passion fruit and champagne worked in there. But his is like worked in.
Yeah.
His is worked on like ice. It's like an iced cocktail. There, and Randy is some form of rum and mint and like various fruit juices like pineapple, orange, like a very tiki-esque, but in like a fishbowl sort of thing.
Nice. A Ricky Tiki Taffy.
Thank you, Zane. Appreciate it. These sound and taste lovely. Do you want a drink, or do you work up tips?
I mean, we always work on tips of various sorts. Drinks I can pretty much get whenever. But yeah, either way.
Fair enough. No, out of the game, knowing tipping the bartenders, always favourite. I am going to put 5 gold pieces down. And just like, well, I'm sure we're going to be here quite a few times. I'm not sure what the K's tip are. We've only just arrived, but here's 5 gold coins for yourself.
I appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
That's so incredibly English to go up to the bar and say, I'm not sure what the tipping process is here, because I don't do that, but here's 5. You tell me.
Yep.
Am I a bad person now for doing this amount? Am I an asshole? Because if I am, I'm so sorry.
Knowing that your DM's a bartender, yeah.
Well, on the flip side of that, I would like to insight check to see how he reacts to the 5 gold pieces.
Okay. Sure. Let's see.
I want to see if it's 26 total.
Yeah, he seems pleased by it. It's not like it doesn't appear like it's his biggest tips he gets, but it's certainly not like a stingy one. It's at least at least on par for like I'm trying to establish myself as someone who you're actually going to pay attention to if you get busy, sort of thing. Like,
Okay, better than average, but not the best. I guess.
yeah. It's, I mean, 5 gold for 4 drinks in this world is good. It is a casino, so he's used to like money being thrown around
Big
a little
rolls.
bit. So yeah.
But it's also not so much that you're not saying I am an ostentatious arsehole.
Yes. Yeah.
See, that's what
it's
I'm
a
trying
good.
not to do. See.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
a
don't
good
wanna go-
zone. It's a good
You
zone.
don't drop like 5 platinum pieces and be like, I'm a big fucking deal to like
Yeah.
no one in the room. Don't be that
Mm.
guy.
Well, while waiting for Randy, general conversation with Zane if he's not serving drinks, just asking about the sort of people that come to this island. Mention briefly Marcus, but not by name, by description, and also maybe if he's seen anybody with ostentatious collars.
You're on
Well,
holiday.
Well,
Sure.
I mean, so there's a lot there. What do we?
No, of course. Like,
Yeah, no, I
Um,
mean, I'm happy. I'm a wealth of knowledge as long as you got knowledge to share too. So
well, it's
I'll
general
answer a question
conversation,
perhaps,
so
and you
you're
guys
asking
can
questions.
answer some questions. So first, the types of people that are here. We range from amazing high society folks with lots of money and generosity to complete shits who steal their money and come here and splurge it all on women and games and leave again to rob some poor sap.
The same person. It's-
Oh,
Sometimes. You're not there.
I know.
Yes.
once he says that, I'm like, oh, really? I knew this was I didn't expect that from this. I'm assuming there's areas that they stick to then, obviously.
I mean, yes. The worst of the worst tend to not get up to this spot. They tend to prefer the more raunchy, more crazy sides. The royal design seems to be a very pleasing place for them.
I see.
But yes, there's all sorts of options there. So where are you guys from?
Well, I'll say Hellas. Is that the name of our island? Off memory?
Hellas was the one that your Telos was the island, I think, or was that your
No.
Vassos and Telos are both from your island.
Yeah.
One is the island. Vassos is the island,
Yeah.
and Telos is your capital.
Vassos.
Tassos is the capital. Jesus, I need to work on my names.
I'll say the name of the island and just say we're
Leitong.
yeah.
Wonderful
Don't
people
worry.
there.
We're working men, so you don't have to watch your wallet.
No, no problem, no problem. Yes, so you're from Vassos. You get to the capital much? The Tassos, horribly named. I mean, I don't know why they didn't choose two different, like more different names for the capital and the island, but I believe they were brothers or something that found it. That part of their history is not my suit.
No, yeah, I've definitely been to the capital a few times. Often go there for shopping and work, of course. It just seems to be the. To be honest, on that island, there's not many places. There's a lot of countryside, which is beautiful, but unless you're a farmer, there's not much work to do. So yeah, definitely spend most of my time in the city. But to be honest, I've recently got a pretty good gig where it allows me to travel, and opportunity came up to visit this place after we got some free time off.
I'd be interested in knowing the travel aspects, what that job is. But first, I think I owe you, what is it? This man likes to wear red. Marco del Torino, probably is the one that you're looking for. Sells sword, mercenary. Are you looking to hire him or kill him?
Depends on his prices, I guess.
Prices are negotiable, as all things
Of
are.
course. I heard that he hangs out here as well, so I thought a familiar face would be nice to just say hi. But obviously, it's a needle in a haystack in a place like this.
Oh, I mean, to be honest, he doesn't make himself obscure. Although he's fairly well safe here. The island harbors him for the most part. It is, as all things on this island, if you seek to harm another individual, people are alerted. Weapons are frowned upon. The dagger in your boot, I'd be careful with. But other than that, it is a fairly safe place. I mean, you could fight someone in the fighting grounds, but there are, of course, parameters in place to keep people from dying. This is all for fun and games until someone loses an eye.
No, of course. And
Randy, probably around this time, you arrive up the stairs, having found your way.
Okay, looking around. All right, lads.
Finally. You'll make that fourth drink now, Zane, if you don't mind.
Tall store. I look at it.
Yes.
No, I've got that. I see the goldfish bowl of mint green goodness, and I'm like, is this mine?
Yes, looks like I wasn't too far off, I hope.
No, you're exactly right. I love it. And just takes a straw and finishes it in one and goes, yes, that's nice. That's very nice. I'll have another one. Thank you.
All right. He starts mixing up the same one even as he goes on. So what is it you guys do?
What don't we do?
Yeah.
We work for the government in waste management.
Really? And Randy, he slides you over the fishbowl. This time he tosses out a coaster, a little bit different than the ones that were already there, and slides it over to you.
I take it and I palm it as part of the gesture. So it's down in my lap, and I will slurp, and as I'm slurping, I'll take a look down at it.
See a little black and white symbol.
I smile, and I flash up a quick signal with my finger and thumb, bring it down, and go, this is an amazing drink.
Thank you.
What's your name?
I'm Zay.
Hey, Zay.
Zay, I have a last name. Zay Dumont.
I am Randy Romes.
Pleasure to meet you, Randy. I was always interested to meet people from the island, and always interested in knowing friends of friends.
Yeah, it's nice to make friends with friends. So you're going to be here throughout the stay, I take it then.
This is my bar, for the most part.
Oh, lads, I should give you keys. I'm going to hand keys out to the three of them, so they all have their own keys to the apartment. We're upstairs. I suggest we play a game, because there's one big room and three small rooms, and I suggest that each of us selects a challenge, and whoever wins the most challenges out of the four of us gets the master bedroom.
I'm up for that.
I was thinking about just taking it for myself, but I thought, you know what? I'll give you boys option, you know? So whatever you want to do from now until we go to sleep tonight, we make our choices on it, okay? And when you say, I have my challenge ready, then we'll go for that challenge at that point. Sound good to you?
Yeah, I guess. I look across at Zane and go, what sort of challenges can we do? It's not...
I mean, there's all sorts of things. We have an archery range. We've got a forest for hunting. There are, of course, the various games on the floor. You could do some sort of start with 100 gold. Whoever makes the most or has the most at the end of a certain amount of time wins, sort of thing. There are billiard tables down in the downstairs bar area. There's the royal designs, so depending on your stamina and desires there, that could be made into something.
Or we could go to the bathhouse right now and see who can hold their breath for the longest.
Oh, that? Yes.
Or, right now, as I look around the room, a race around this room, but we're not allowed to touch the floor.
Can I suggest perhaps not that? I'd rather not have people flying around my bar or jumping on our fixtures.
Jump
That
from
is
table
more
to
of
table.
a
Yeah.
go to the Royal Designs maybe and do that there and see how they take that.
I might just take you up on that offer there, Zay. Maybe if there's something else you want to let us know, come by and talk to us a bit later on.
Of course, I'll be here.
Right. I will leave a from myself. I will leave him a
Platinum
piece
pieces.
I will leave him one of the pieces of jewelry that I still have left over from the dead bodies of the island's nobility. And I'll say, here you go. And hopefully he'll understand that because I've given it to him, it is of mine. Therefore, if he wishes to locate me, he can just use that as a symbol to find me.
He kind of does a quick sleight of hand sort of thing and disappears.
Cool.
All right. Enjoy your stay, guys. I'll see you in a couple of hours for dinner.
Lucius just had to finish a drink. Could I get another one?
Of
And
course.
then, you were asking what we did. I'm a gladiator. And I want to say if you noticed who Lucius is.
Gladiator. Judging by the build, the look, those eyes. Are you Lucius?
Okay.
Like, what, the 18th? Or, it's hard to keep track. There are quite a bit of you out there. I'm familiar with your father. I've heard of your exploits, but yes.
Yeah, when he hears about the father, he goes, oh, he sits down like crap.
It's okay. You might have some followers then. Some of our local ladies are quite fond of him, so they may, take to you too.
See here often.
Not often, but frequently enough that we know who he is.
Good to know. Is there a certain area he stays at?
He's quite fond of the royal designs, the bathhouses. He's got a friend in one of the villages for the workers. Let's see. There's one of the ship's mates that runs one of our local barges. He gets around.
That sounds about right. Thank you.
Slutty.
Anytime. And he finishes making your drink. Anything else for you guys before I head back off? And he kind of gestures because there's someone waiting on the other side.
No, Zay, thanks very much for your time, mate. Have a good
See you in
one.
a couple hours.
Check out, mate.
He kind of slides over and kind of leans up against the bar next to a lady that's across the way who's sitting there sipping on a drink that's almost empty, and starts chatting with her and gesturing towards her drink.
Nice.
I take this moment to look at my boot. Is my dagger visible?
Not very well so. You just, perhaps if anything, you can notice that there's a bit of a bulge in the spot that a very keen eye might be able to spot out.
If I do see any of it visibly, I'll cover it. But at the same time, I'm like, how the fuck did he notice that?
Yeah, he's kind of basically was alluding to you guys how perceptive he can be, in his own little way of just
No, I picked up on it. I didn't know if it was a detect magic sort of sitch, or if it was a visual. He just eagle-eyed it. But... Alino looking at the bathhouse.
We can do the bathhouse, of course. I have
No,
met
no,
lots
no.
and lots of
You-
people in the bathhouse before. It's quite a lucrative business.
You did what to people in the bathhouse?
You know, trade this, trade that, whatever they wish to trade.
In the bathhouse.
Like I said,
I just
lucrative
feel in the
business.
bathhouse they won't have many things on them to trade. So
No,
what
no,
are you?
see, dude,
I don't want to know.
you
I
talk
don't wanna
about these small things.
I've already
no,
started
no.
walking.
You trade favors.
No, not so much favors, more like, merchandise, stuff that goes in ships, stuff that moves around, big stuff.
First it was small, now it's big.
Happens.
Okay.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Depends.
Okay. I mean, you do you. I'm just drinking, and I'm now gonna go and get naked and lie down in a pool that's hot. Hopefully, we'll get to the bathhouse first.
Hey.
So yeah, we're gonna head over to the bathhouse. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Exchange clothes for not clothes.
Put all valuables in safe locker.
I'm not sure if this is a bathhouse where they would be expected to be wearing a t-shirt and shorts as they go into the area. I am going to be going naked regardless.
Yeah, these are very much kind of set up like Roman kind of baths. So essentially, there are a couple people that are wearing something in there. So there's a couple options as you walk in. Like there is a smaller room for the entryway. It's got like towels and stuff set up there. There are like bath attendants there who are like handing out towels, taking in people's other towels. There are like two rooms off to the side. One's essentially like for men, one's for women, and then there's like the public one. So it's kind of like an open, like if people want to go in over there. There's also then within each one there are, at least the men and women ones, there are like more private ones in there. So like if people wanted separate ones, there are options for that. It seemed to like basically for a fee you can get your own private little room. And in the main one it's the same sort of thing. Like there's one large bath or pool sort of thing. There's a couple of smaller pools that are in the same room, and it appears they're all in different temperature zones. As far as the water, like you can tell by the steam coming off of them or the lack of it there, that they have different temperatures. And then there are rooms in the back. There are several doors, some of which that are still open and have like attendants standing nearby. Some are closed and basically like an occupied sign on there. And there are like attendants that are kind of like running around bringing pitchers of water, and some are bringing cocktails to people. There are some that go in and out of the bathhouses that are shut.
Okay.
Various state of clothing in this room as well. I don't have a specific like bathhouse map set up there, Matt,
Okay.
Dave. So for this particular one,
I will greet the person at the door and just say, four of us, curiosity, private rooms, you're not solely locked into them. Once you can wander, correct? If we decide to go to the...
of course, yes.
Yeah.
And let's see, there's actually like a gnomish male that's kind of standing back there. There's he's standing on like a small platform, so he's like counter height. Yes, well, so the options are, of course, any of the public places are open to anyone. If you would like a private room to discuss business or whatever, it is 10 gold per hour to obtain the use of those rooms. And once you get it, that's fine. You can come and go during that hour. At the end of the hour, an attendant can check in with you. You can either extend your stay or, relinquish the use of the room, in which case we'll begin cleaning and prepping it for the next guest.
See, I told you.
Interesting.
Let the client pay for it, and then you discuss business.
How about belongings? Obviously, you can't take them around where we go. Is there somewhere secure we can leave them?
Of course. Well, if you get your private room there, then there is lockers in there that you're able to leave things in. Otherwise, one of us attendants have basically a claim system where we have various chests back here we can put everyone's stuff in, and you are given a ticket or, really, you're given a number, and you come up with a passphrase, a combination that you'd like to use on the chest. You enter it in the chest itself, and we hold it back here. So you don't have to tell us any of that information.
I give them 30 gold. Just say, give us one of the rooms, 3 hours. We can use the lockers there, easier. You say there will be attendants around to bring drinks if we need them.
Of course, yes. Each of the rooms comes with one complimentary bubbly beverage. Then, if you would like other things, there are waters in there. I can bring teas or coffees, whatever you would desire. We can make things happen.
That's great. Thanks very much.
I drop the 30 gold and ask them to lead the way.
Because would you like one in the men's only room or in the public area back there? One of the open options.
Well, we've come to experience the island, so
the open one, of course.
Yeah.
And he slides your coins into like a slot that's worked into the counter itself, and he climbs down from that stand, walks in, opens up these large double doors that are like sliding glass, but they're like frosted, so you can't really see in until he opens it up. And there's a bunch of people that are kind of like waiting around in the pools. They all seem to be about like chest high to most of the individuals. There's like one or two that are like exceptionally tall, where it's like up to their belly or waist. And he kind of like leads you around through the pools to another similarly frosted glass door, and he like slides it open, and it's probably like a 15 by 15 foot room with about like a 10 by 10-ish octagonal like spa sort of a thing. It's like a wading pool, so there's stairs that lead down, and currently it's steaming. There are, along one wall, there are like basically like a locker system that's set up there, and he gestures towards it. These lockers are for your use. If you put your palm upon it and hold it there, it will sense you as the individual who is renting the location, and that will be good until your 3 hours expire. And once you guys leave, if anything's left behind, we clear the lockers out, and usually you can claim them at the front desk of the Sojourn Suites, just in case. Every now and then people get caught up and forget things, but either way, we will make sure that...
What's the weirdest thing that's been left behind?
Oh, I don't know if you want to know that. Don't worry, everything's been cleaned. Everything is safe, and we take everyone's safety and personal space and personal belongings is our most important thing to deal with.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Brilliant. Okay, cool.
Yeah, once we've done all that, we're not going to be waiting in the meeting room, are we? We're going to get into...
God, no. I just wanted a private area. I think we wanted it, and actual secure lockers.
Okay, fine. So that's all done. You guys wade into the pool. I start swimming immediately. I'm now looking for like a floaty. So, and I will eventually, I assume, find an inflatable deck chair that I can actually lie and stretch out whilst floating on the water with the requisite space for my drink to be able to place it into as well. And I will lie on top of that with Kenji paddling with my hands to move with you guys. Keep up.
You have eventually there is a probably like middle-aged human male who kind of walks in, well kept. They all seem to have these ones have like a lighter, more like a teal suit on. He is barefooted though in this space, and he kind of brings up a tray with water. He has the complimentary bubbly beverages. He said they mentioned. Hello, I'm Thomas. I am the steward of this room. If you guys require anything of the sort, let me know. I am at your disposal. I will be outside the room unless you need me, in which case you can call my name. There is a rope there by the door you can pull, or over on the other side of the pool as well. That will ring my location so that I know you are looking for me. And other than that, anything I can get you at the moment. Oh, temperature too. The water temperature okay? Would you like it warmer or colder?
Heat it up a little bit, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get a bit toasty.
I have one question, if you do not mind.
No, of course that is what I'm here for.
One time, and one of my clients ordered the little fishies that eat things off your body.
Oh yeah, it's a good time.
Yes. Would you like some? Of course. Would you like some released into your pool?
That is up to my party, but you know, it is quite satisfying once you don't have to do shit. And they
Well, we prefer you not shitting, but yes, they will take care of dried skin, dead skin upon your body. They just nibble a little way, sometimes as a tickle, but it's okay.
Hendrix has never heard anything so outrageous. He's like, what? To feed on us?
Oh yes.
They don't bite. It's more like a suck or nibble.
Yeah. They just go for like the dead skin mostly, mate. The problem is, of course, if you've got a lot of dead skin, then it's hard to buy on the actual live skin as well. But if you've got a couple of corns and whatnot, they'll chew it off real nice. It's alright. It's not bad.
Inside check, Randy.
Go on then.
Then you can roll either deception or persuasion, whichever one you feel. You
I got a 23. Did I beat it or not?
It's a 12 of persuasion. I mean, you can read that I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Oh.
Then I'm thumbs up for the killer fish.
All right.
The teeny little fish.
As soon as they come
Thomas
out, I'm like,
nods.
yeah.
The very small little fish. And they
In
just
my head, I'm
instantly...
expecting like carp-sized fish that come out.
Freaking catfish just swallows you
Yeah.
like whole.
And I'm just like,
This one's dead.
it is now. From the talking fish.
And they speak like this because they are a bass.
They hang on the wall and start singing.
They've seen some shit in this bathhouse.
And they've eaten it too.
Yeah.
So we're getting nibbled on by little fish, sitting in this hot steaming pool. We got drinks on. I assume I've got myself a nice cold beer.
Sure.
And I would have got a pitcher for everyone else as well. And I probably would have also ordered a round of test tubes filled with vodka slushies of different colors. So there's like a test tube rack on my little chair, just floating along there, and I'm just like handing out to you guys little slushies of different colors. Going, they're cold, but they're very alcoholic.
We've gone from like upscale bathhouse to like Vegas pool party, like in 2.0
Jelly
seconds.
shots. And
Because it doesn't matter where Randy is. It doesn't matter how upscale it is. He brings that shit down to the fun times. But like, yeah, a few drinks in. I'm looking at Natsu, and I'm trying to see if he's looking for anyone in particular, or if he's scanning the crowd for a particular kind of person.
I mean, is there other people, or are we in a private bath?
So you guys have a private room. It's immediately adjoined a larger, like more public space. So it's kind of up to you guys whether you stay in your private room, whether the fish were released in the private room space.
Yeah.
I think we'd do like 30 minutes, hour in private room, diffusing, then go and explore.
Yeah.
Once you've got a bit of a buzz on and feel confident, be these random.
Feel a bit more bravado, a bit more happy about actually being naked in front of a bunch of strangers from many different islands. Yep.
Then it's a large room filled with a mixture of races and species in there. There seems to be like a large, like probably like half giant female and male like couple like in one of the larger pools with like several people around them. They're all like kind of talking and chatting like in the pool. There are, like I said, humans, elves, you name it, they're here in various pools. Some of the smaller ones seem to be like steaming more. There seems to be one that's like almost like ice cold. There's the larger pool where like a majority of the people is more like regular swimming pool, like temperature sort of thing, like comfortable, a little warmer than room temperature sort of thing, but like a nice enough place. So if there's something particular you're looking for, or someone that,
Probably some old clients of mine that I could possibly,
okay,
would know more information on this whole collard thing that they talk about.
give me a perception check.
Okay, if I can help, but you got this.
26.
Okay. Looking around the room, as far as like clients or people that you've probably dealt with, there is a red-skinned hobgoblin sitting in one of like the pools. It doesn't seem to be giving off a lot of steam. One that you would recognize as a Vazeron flare. I will copy that and put it in chat for you. He is a hobgoblin from Kuvash. There's also two. This one's a female hobgoblin, and there are two others that are actually like orcs that are hanging out nearby. They're not in the pool though. They're still fully dressed, like standing nearby, just kind of like arms crossed, hanging out. You know them as Kuzor and Clock. K-L-O-C. I'll put those in there too.
That in there. And
you know that those are her bodyguards.
Okay, bodyguards. And where's she from? Can you put that in chat too?
Yeah, I'll put that in there. A island called Kuvash, which you know is kind of like the orc goblin islands. Kind of. Oh, I put that in the wrong chat. Whoops. You're welcome, Kick. So, yeah, you know, she is a kind of like a smuggler and dealer of items that have been raided off of ships by the Kuvash, like raiding parties or from like nearby islands and such.
So yeah, so I would have clocked her. and just not made a move yet.
Okay. Yeah, you see that she's in there. She seems to be like lounging back, sipping on a steaming cup of, looks like tea or something like that. Anything else you guys are working on or looking for?
Go ahead.
I was going to say I'd like to do a quick mage hand, and I'd like to do a quick gust as well, both to see whether or not it gives any kind of a reaction that I can notice within the sauna. I'm trying to see if cantrips get picked up as well as spells.
Trying to think. What Gust and Mage Hand. I think you don't really notice any issues, any reaction to those two spells.
Okay, interesting. All right, so I'll lean over to the boys and go, just a heads up for you. In reception, I felt like spells were definitely under some wards of noting. That they'll recognize if you're using spells, but I'm dropping cantrips just now, and I don't think they're picking that up. So if we need to be sneaky, keep it to a cantrip maybe. Or it might just be that in this area it's a different thing. Hold on, let me check real quick. I'm going to throw out a hideous laughter on Lucius real quick. I'll be like, hey Lucius, knock knock. Interrupting annoying half geezer.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the rest of it. Let me hear you say it. Gotta finish the joke, my friend.
I'm not gonna repeat it. So.
I look at him and I go, fine. And I just give it to him. Can I get a wisdom saving throw from you?
$15.
That is not going to make it. As you fall prone from laughter, I look at the GM like, does that happen?
So as the spell goes off, you see the lights in the room change to red, and bars start to come down on the doors, and at that point, we'll go to break.
Okay, see, that's the sort of stuff that I thought we should know about.
See everybody in 15 minutes.
Yeah, we'll be
he's
back in
grounded.
15.
You should probably look after him. Oh dear.
If you are enjoying our content, please consider supporting us through Patreon. Patrons get access to videos early, as well as digital content easily imported into your own game or campaign. Every bit of support helps us grow as a channel. Do you enjoy watching a live game? Do you have Amazon Prime? Please consider subscribing using your Prime sub on twitch.tv/thexpguild. This is a free and easy way to support the channel. Finally, if you do enjoy this content and know others who might, tell your friends and family about the XP Guild. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us for yet another XP Guild show. If you are enjoying this, please do us a favor, click like, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified when our next show goes live. Feel free to drop us a comment. We'd love to hear from you guys, hear your thoughts on the show, or anything else you want to talk about. I'd like to take a quick moment to say thank you to our friends over at Hero Forge, a Sky Castle LLC product. We are not sponsored by them, but if you're looking for great custom miniatures, check out HeroForge.com. They've been so kind to let us use their art, as many of the miniatures and artwork that we use come from their website with their permission. However, they have not reviewed our content, and so what we do does not necessarily represent their views or beliefs. Again, thank you to Hero Forge.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now, let's get back to the show.
It's just drowning. Don't worry about it. He's a mate of mine. Stop screaming. Seriously, you got to stop screaming. He's a big chap. He's got a lot of breath in his lungs. Obviously, right now there's more water in there just now because of all the laughter. But you tell a funny joke, people are going to laugh. It's okay. This person looks very severe. Hello, sir. How you doing?
The lights kind of flash a little bit of red and start to come back to like a normal lighting situation. The gate draws open from the entrance, and in walks like a dozen heavily armored, golden armored figures with like these big helms that like cover the face for the most part. And one of them kind of steps forward. What's the meaning of your spells, sir?
I'm having a bit of fun with my mate. What's the meaning of you interrupting all of us having a good time?
When you arrived at the island, I believe the greeters informed of no offensive spells, and all would have been clocked anyways.
Alright, but that's
He
not an
looks
offensive
around.
spell. That is a spell that is designed to make a person laugh. Laughter is considered to be medicine in some societies, sir.
He glances over, looks over at Lucius, who is like recovering from his fit of laughter. Are
Yeah, it's like,
you okay, sir?
yeah, it's fine. It was a little of a joke. I didn't think he'd be able to pull it off. I was wrong.
I'm just genuinely laughing at it.
See, it's just a bit of a laugh, mate. Just a bit of a laugh. You need to calm down. Do you need a drink?
Thomas!
We'll be keeping an eye on you.
Alright. Try and keep your eyes up here, though, yeah? I know I'm pretty, but my God.
He like shakes his head, and the group turns and kind of walks over. Two kind of remain near the doorway, and the other 10 kind of wander off. They're just kind of standing vigil, standing there with their shields, their hands upon their swords, just kind of like at the doorway, ready if there's an incident.
I stand up and I look to the crowd around me and I go, all I wanted to do was tell a joke, but unfortunately this big geezer here, he started to choke. Now these other geezers came in here trying to blow up some smoke. Can't they tell I'm just a good bloke?
Someone yells, "You're not dressed at all, mate!"
You're right. You're welcome. Looking pretty good. How you doing, ladies?
And slowly, like, the room starts to kind of go back to, like, the murmur of people who are, like, having conversations and enjoying their afternoon in the hot water.
Do I get the vibe that this is very much upscale, that these are the hoi polloi, that they reckon themselves as being better than.
Roll me insight.
Okay, I'll do that. I don't mind. I'll get this. Let's see how that goes. 19, sir.
All right. It's a bit of a mix and match here, honestly. Like, there are certainly ones who are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this one is causing us such trouble. Sort of a look to them, like the nose is up and the silver spoon stick firmly up their bottom.
Right.
And then there's certainly some other ones who are almost like laughing and be like, oh my gosh, like just hanging out and having a good time. Those tend to look more of like the commoners who have made some money and been able to, like, perhaps some sailors that have come in some money from various things, some mercenaries that have made their fortune and they're just there to blow off some steam and enjoy themselves. So there is a big mix of it. There are certainly quite a few that are pretty upper crust and kind of like not as amused at your humor and like causing commotion during their relaxation time.
Excellent. I'd like to focus for the rest of our hour or so that we're going to spend in the sauna on listening for the voices of the very rich and their faces for, you know, whatever may happen next. And also, whilst I'm doing that, listening to the conversations of the working class successful guys. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of perception, which means that the drinks that I was focusing on getting smashed right through are being slowed down now.
Okay. Why don't you give me a perception check? Anyone else up to anything or looking to accomplish anything during this time?
17.
Now the fish have finished eating me and that's happened, I'd probably want to do a little wander and maybe even distance myself from the other group and see if I can overhear what other people are saying about these mischievous people, as well as kind of keeping an eye out for, well, they're like people in collars, like.
I mean, yeah, give me a perception check. As you're doing that, I'll give you that it's very obvious that no one in here has a collar, since like no one, like there's a few people that are wearing clothes, but nothing covers the neck more than like some ladies' hairs that are hanging down.
Dirty 20.
Again, you hear some of the upper crusts that are certainly like eyeing like Randy and Lucius as like troublemakers, because they had been out and you guys were a little bit separated. They don't necessarily have put you guys all together as a group, so you're able to kind of nonchalantly kind of maneuver around, and people wouldn't necessarily think much of it. There are, there's a couple of dwarven men who are kind of like leaning back against a thing that seem to have been like laughing and like joking around about how funny that was. See all those guards come in and they're like, "Oh yeah, have you saw that lady? She was so upset at that." Like pointing, gesturing over towards. What do I have here? There's like a halfling female who's like off to the side with her husband, like kind of like holding on to the edge of the pool, relaxing, but they certainly look like they were upper crust sort of like members, and they're just kind of like laughing and pointing over there. The dwarves are laughing and pointing at them like, "Oh, they couldn't take it." But yeah, I mean, I don't know what we get.
It's just more of a wonder, just feel the vibe of the place more than anything else.
Yeah, again, it's kind of mixed.
Yeah, and there's no like really big bollocks guy who's full on portraying that he's the head of the bathhouse in like some sort of mafia style way, is there? He's got like loads of protection around them at all.
Not necessarily. No, I mean, like
Okay,
the only one that you noticed that had bodyguards was a red-skinned hobgoblin. She had 2 orc bodyguards that are like standing off to the side, and when the lights went off, they kind of like they're in their armor and everything. Of course, they don't have any weapons on them, but they like get their fists out and they're like looking around, getting ready, and they're like eyeing where Randy was. And now they're kind of watching them more as this woman is kind of like leaning back and in one of the colder water pools and just enjoying herself. She doesn't seem to care. But yeah, there's not like a dawn sort of thing with like 15 guys around them. It's at least this part is a very public.
I pitch up somewhere there. I can survey the room, just solo. Finish my drink. Nothing crazy.
Shortly after all of this happened, you see one of the side like private rooms slide open, and a blonde female kind of steps out and kind of like eyes the room, standing there like completely naked, just kind of like looking around and trying to like ascertain what the issue was. And she kind of walks over to the attendant by her door and starts talking to them. Your passive perception again? 22. You see inside, leaning back in the pool, there are several individuals that are kind of like leaning back with wines and things arrayed around them. The one in particular, Philo, has dark hair, kind of like a goatee worked in, lighter skin, definitely a familiar individual. You see Marco like in this private room, just kind of like leaning back. He's got a thing of wine and he's talking with people. And then the blonde lady will talk to this guy, kind of eye over at Randy and Lucius, having obviously been told like who caused the commotion. She'll kind of nod and then turn and go back in the room, and the door will shut again behind them.
Definitely peaks that I've seen a familiar face, and I'll just remember which private room it was for later.
No problem. All right. Anyone else?
Is there any way that Lucius could listen to the guards, see if there's any chatter going between them?
Yeah, I mean, give me a perception check. And what were you doing, Natsu?
Yeah, about the time Hendrix started moving away, Natsu would have done the same thing. Kind of using Hendrix as kind of a, I wouldn't say distraction or whatnot, but kind of, you know, as a blind almost. And moving in a different part of the room, closer to his smuggler clients.
Okay.
I rolled
Vazron Flare.
Yeah, I rolled a 21 stealth, by the way.
Okay.
To do that entire maneuver.
There's only so much stealth you can do naked in a bathhouse.
Yeah.
But
Is that kid under the water?
it's more like the maneuvering such that you're distancing yourselves from the troublemakers and integrating yourself without causing a scene.
Exactly. I mean, that was instead of using like actual stealth stuff, that was kind of, you know,
makes sense.
In. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I was just making sure the viewers and everyone else, we were on the same page there. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. You're able to because that'd be really weird using a naked Hendrix as your shield to stealth behind as you're moving. You're able to maneuver your way over. It seems like the attention and focus of the issues would have been Randy and Lucius in general, since those were the two involved. Lucius, as you're listening in, trying to like work your way over by the guards a little bit, of course they had been kind of eyeing you, and but you have a very good perception ability, so you're able to kind of pick up little bits of chatter as it seems like they were chit-chatting a little bit as they were there. And you hear one being like, "Hey, did you see that fight yesterday? There's two, was it Urak and Muldrift? They are. It's a really good match. It went longer than I was expecting. I thought Kirak was gonna just take him out." And then one goes, "Hey, the big one's kind of coming this way. We got to keep an eye on him." Shh. And they kind of quiet up and start kind of like. One of them in particular seems to be like keeping their eyes on you. The other one just kind of like rolls his eyes inside of his home and kind of stands there along the wall, keeping an eye out for trouble.
I think I'll pull the rope to get that person to come out, the one that we can ask for drinks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell them to get the two soldiers a drink and to make them look like they're water, even though it's not, so that way if their boss comes, and then I'll go back to the pool.
All right. Thomas kind of goes and gathers up some stuff and brings it over to the guards. They kind of eye it a little bit. Thomas kind of seems to reassure him, and then, all right, one of them starts sipping on it. The other one's like, "Oh, we can't do that." But yeah, so one won't touch it, the other one does, and then ends up like downing it pretty quickly. Cool. Natsu, as you were moving over, is there anything you were doing, or just getting closer? Are you gonna interact with Gazron or anyone else?
I'm gonna kind of watch them for a bit, see where in the conversation they're at, before I interject myself.
I mean, Vazron herself doesn't seem to be really engaging anyone. She's got her two orc bodyguards like standing basically like behind her. She's leaning back in like one of the colder pools, which isn't as populated as everyone else is, but she seems to be kind of like left alone. She's got a hot cup of tea, it looks like, because it's steaming, and she's just kind of like taking in the scene, enjoying like being there, sipping on things, but she didn't have any like followers or anyone she's actually talking with. She's just kind of there at the moment.
And they're behind her, right?
Yeah, they're standing on the land sort of thing, and she's in the ice, like the ice pool basically, like the chilled bath.
Okay. I think I'm gonna slip into the pool on the opposite side first.
Okay. No problem. She kind of looks over and eyes you, and gives a little nod, sips on her tea. Waits patiently.
Slightly swim over.
Okay. Natsu, yes?
It is. I was wondering if I would see someone I recognized here or not.
And what brings you back to the Arkosian?
Well, new clients, of course.
You're cheating on me, huh?
Well, you gotta make a coin somehow or another.
Fair enough.
But these clients are a little bit different than, say, my usual clients. They want to be all hero-y type and stuff like that, save the world and all that fun nonsense.
Usually not a lot of profit in that.
Of course not. I am trying to make the best of what I can make. So, there you go. So, have you ever heard of any rumors or anything about these so-called colored things?
Colored things, huh? It's pretty broad mention.
Well,
Does this have something to do with the commotions on your islands earlier?
Apparently, and another island, Hilot, I think it is called.
Yes, Harat. Their trade had stopped for quite a while. Has that opened back up again?
I would hope so. I will find out for you.
Be appreciative of that.
And any information you can give me on these colors and all this other fun stuff that is connected to this, that, and the other, you know.
I'll keep an ear out, but I've heard nothing of colors. There was, I heard, mention going around your islands of individuals to be looked after, and that there were diplomats being sent out, but other than that, it does take a while for information to travel outside of your islands to other places, and it's not like I sit listening to all the information all the time.
Of course not. That is why you have me and my network, of course.
Yes. Any profit to be made that I should know of?
Well, I mean, I do have a certain batch of herbs that I am trying to push, but we'll see how that goes.
All right. Let me know. You know, we're always looking for things that are hard to come by on our islands, and have various things that we've captured from other islands. As you know.
I'll see what I can do about that Hela thing, because that does sound very interesting indeed.
Yes, well, we are here for that. I'm kind of looking into some new opportunities. I'm curious about. Let me know if you find out any information. I was heard that there was a new group of elves appeared. But I don't know too much about it, just they came from below.
Oh, that is quite interesting.
Yes, they're calling them mist elves, I suppose. Still trying to get all the information, but they have been held up in Tel Kesarai. You know, those elves don't like visitors, especially my kind.
They do not. Well then, I will see what I can do. In the meantime, keep your ear out, and any information that you get, I will get as well, and the usual connections we will exchange.
Sounds good. Good. If you need me,
yes.
Leave word at the front desk. I have a villa out here. They'll be able to get you to it.
Oh, excellent. Well then, I will leave you be then.
Thank you. Randy, as you're swimming around, doing whatever it is you're doing,
Sure.
you hear a familiar voice in your head. Katarina comes through. Randy, we found several collars along the docks in Helat. It appears that many ships left. Information is pointing towards perhaps children embarking upon ships departing.
Who is this?
You would probably recognize Katarina, the female wizard that you guys have met. But if that's your first words, who is this? There we go. We got 3 words in.
Only kidding. Such a
Who dis? New
Who
head.
dis? New head. Who is this? Hey, Katarina. Any idea which way the ships are headed? We are currently at the Arkosian. So nowhere near Latong. Advise contacting Sigranus. Thank you for info. Keep updated. I think that's 25. Even with a
Closer.
who is this?
All right.
Okay. Now I don't have sending. I'm not sure who has the ring of sending at this point. Genuinely out of character. I did so much passing it around with other people. Do I still have that? There is absolutely none of
Yeah,
you
I
guys
see
know
that you
either.
were Lucius,
I feel
I
much
think-
better now. See, you could have been all like, no.
I think Hendrix has it.
He did for a while. I'm not sure. Did you pass it back or do you still have it?
What? The
Oh,
ring?
he gave it to Randy. You
The
gave
ring
back
of
to Randy.
sending.
Yeah, I gave that
Alright.
back time ago because I'm a little.
So I'm looking on this hand, going, where is it? And then I look over, oh man, I am actually drunk. There it is. I send up a message ascending to Theodosia.
Mhm.
Message will read, reports suggest collared ones dressed as children taken many boats in possible multiple directions from Helat. Katerina on scene have advised she speak with Sigranus.
Thank you for the update, Randy. Sorry this is interrupting your vacation. Keep your ears out. Perhaps advise with Zay. He may have more info.
I get that, and then I think to myself, I have no reason to pass this information on to the other three people. We are on holiday. I don't want to alarm them. I will leave that alone. There's no reason for us to leave anytime soon. Theodosia's got it in hand. Katerina's got it in hand. Sigranus has got it in hand. They are closer and they're more capable than the four of us. I mean, I know that Randy doesn't want to admit that to anyone else. But yeah,
No problem.
he's going to return back to drinks.
Yeah, and that's fine. That was I had just set a certain amount of time in my head that it was going to take for them to discover any info,
Yep.
and
Yep.
I felt that was a good time. With that, anything else at the bathhouses you guys would like to do, or anything you'd like to move on to?
The only thing I want to do is, as we're leaving, I would like to buy a bottle of champagne for the private room Marcus was in,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and
Okay.
just leave a note saying "lovely seeing you."
Yeah, so it's like 10 gold for their like moderately priced or whatever champagne.
I leave 15 and just say it's a little surprise. Don't let them know it's from them.
Okay. Perfect. And then you guys head back, obviously dressing, getting all ready, and head back out. Heading through the grounds, making your way. Kind of failed to address as you guys are getting there, but as you make your way through the grounds, and there's like these kind of, for most people, about hip high hedges. There's a lot of flowers worked in. There are like paths of water that seem to like kind of run throughout most of this island along the sides of a lot of the walkways. Heading back towards the casino itself, there is directly outside the door, there was a garden area that had a fountain in the middle that was a guess I can do open that, kind of have it somewhat set up. It's probably nicer than what my map is ended up being. Let me make sure I have a watcher camera here just in case we go there. So it is again, it's got hedges that kind of line it. There are more like these like brightly colored flowers strewn across the around the land there, the grounds. There is a stream that's running from like a pool in the middle, and there's a fountain there that has a in the center. It's like a large bear that is. Let's see, I had it written down. There's a large fountain with a golden bear holding a jeweled purple orchid over its head that spouts the water that streams into the air and cascades down the bear's back and into the pool that surrounds it. Before the water cascades down the sides of the fountain and flows into this pond and then out through these streams that kind of like head out in either direction from this particular fountain, heading out into various places of the grounds. And you can kind of trace like one kind of goes towards the building and like disappears into like a canal that's like built into part of the building itself, and one heads out and then like kind of splits off into all these little like small waterfalls and pathways that lead out that kind of trail a lot of these grounds, feeding out these streams of water throughout the entire like walkway systems, kind of producing this constant like light running water, low, like almost like babbling brook kind of sound can be found in a lot of these areas. And yeah, so that is that. There are two doors. One seems to head into like part of the hotel, which is the southern door. The one to the east here, if we're using the normal like layout of a room, heads back in towards the casino, and that would have been one that you kind of would have come out to. From the casino itself.
So we're heading at this stage to either our rooms to get dressed to go down for dinner, which would make sense because we've not been into our room yet, or we're heading straight for dinner and we're going to do that later on.
Well, they're pretty much in the same area. Why don't we drop off unneeded stuff and go get some food?
Yeah, I mean, let's get up to the room, drop off our stuff, make sure it's nice and secure, then we'll head back down again and do the thing. I'm aware of this garden area. I'm also aware of the fact that the hedgerow is literally too high for me to be able to jump over.
Yep. And then I don't really have like bridges built in here yet, but there would have been like a small little like pathway that leads over this stream. It is a decent size enough, like probably 5 foot wide stream, but it's not overly deep. There, it's like you can tell it's only like, you know, an inch or two deep depending on what part. The pond gets a little bit deeper in the middle, where this fountain kind of overflows into the middle of it. And then there's like lilies and a few little like grasses that are growing within, or the lily pads, and a few little grasses growing in there. And you can see like in the pool itself, there are like fish, like carp type fish, like kind of swimming amongst the various leaves. But yeah, you're able to, if you wanted to head to the hotel itself, there's like basically this door down here. There's a canopy that overhangs a double door that leads into the actual like ground floor of the hotel, that would then have like a room and space there, and in that kind of area it seems to be like a breakfasty sort of setup, like a cafe sort of morning food location. And in the afternoon it seems there's a few people sipping on coffees there, and then there's like a spiral staircase that will lead up to one level up to like the casino, or like the floor where you checked in, and then stairs that lead up even further into the like the hotel levels that you get.
Okay.
Randy took the lead, so I'll guess I'll follow him again, holding hand with Natsu as our tokens are joined again.
We'll leave it, since it doesn't seem like Dave can manipulate his token very well.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. We'll have to figure that out. I don't know. Everything I've done should say that he can control it, but for some reason it's not working. All right, cool. You guys eventually find your room. It is up on like the 4th floor.
Okay.
It is a suite area there. So it is first you walk in and there is kind of like a living room setup essentially. Like there's a couch, there's several like large armchairs, there is a fireplace that currently has a like low burning fire in there, just giving off this like light warmth to it. There is over the like kind of hanging over the fire itself, there is a tea kettle that seems to be in there. It's just like gently steaming water out of there. There's various other like setups. So there's like teacups in one spot with like an assortment of teas in there. There is like a fruit basket with like fresh fruit like on this coffee table, like in the middle of the couch and everything that's facing the fire area. There is an area that's basically set up as like a wet bar sort of a spot. There are several doors that lead off. One is obviously the bathroom, and then there's like straight on, if you came in from the door and just went straight in, is like a master bedroom. It's a large, like almost overly sized king size bed, probably like a good 10 or 12 feet long and about the same wide, if not a little bit wider. Drapes that can easily black out any of the sunlight that could possibly come in. Currently that's open, and there are doors open that lead out onto like a large balcony space, all in this like white marbled stone and everything. There's carpeting, or at least like carpets that are laid out in the rooms to make them warmer and cozier. And then all the side rooms still, like they have like queen size beds in the other rooms, or essentially the equivalent thereof. They're all very nicely adorned and decked out. There's extra linens and all that stuff. It's like a tasteful, elegant. Most they have like these dark blue curtains with like gold trim, and the sheets are somewhat like matching, sort of nice comforters and things like that.
They're nice if we need to make some clothes out of them, mate.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a throwback.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I have to do the thing, I'm going to do the thing. It's good to have options. I look around the room, I look at the balcony, and I'd like to place the hook from my block and tackle on the balcony, so it's just hanging from it.
Okay.
And have the pulley system dragged down to the actual floor of the balcony. Just leaving it there. And I see Hendrix giving me a quizzical look, and I go, I don't want there to be a situation where there's a balcony I don't know how to get off of if I need to. Because I don't know if us flying is going to be possible.
You normally have balcony issues?
Oh, you wouldn't even believe in that, Sue. I would say that if I had a platinum piece for every time we've had a situation with a balcony, we would have at least 10 platinum pieces in the last 2 months.
I see.
Now you pointed it out, I didn't even realise. But yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of incidences around catching people falling out of them.
You know how like
out,
other adventuring groups have like problems with like doors, or chests?
Mm-hmm.
Balconies, that's us.
I see. And clothing issues?
Listen, mate, sometimes you gotta look good, and sometimes you gotta look better.
Right.
But don't worry, you look fabulous just the way you are, mate. Don't you ever change.
What you need. I mean, if I need that, I can go downstairs.
And what? Talk to one of your friends?
To do what I do.
Natsu, you are a little bit way, and I kind of like that about you. You know what I mean?
I get around.
I get around.
Definitely gets around in the bathhouse.
I get around. I mean, you don't get around. You get right up in there, from what I can see. I mean, it's fair enough. You do you, mate. Don't change. But honestly, if I want to get clothes, I'm on holiday, and I might just buy some. But I'll tell you what I'd like to do.
I'm not talking about buying anything.
I knew I liked this guy. But I think he might be... Natsu, you do what you got to do, mate. I'll tell you what, that's your challenge. And I look at the other three. I go, I'll tell you what, that's our first challenge then. Tonight, who can actually get hold of the best set of clothing for someone else? And
For
you
somebody
can't-
else.
Yeah, you can buy it if you want to. You can do it any way you want to. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right. I'm going to set the bar real high for right now. And I just turn around to Lucius, and I'm going to use my creation to form a shining gold armor that is iridescent with white gold inlay filigree laid into it all over from top to bottom, looking like it's full plate armor, which is inside my costing. I can afford it. And it is good to go for a number of hours.
I like the idea that you've sealed him into it as well, so he can't take it off.
100%. And it also means that everywhere he goes, he's going to make a clanking sound. Because it is made from a creation bard, it means it also makes a musical note every time it touches anything. Since you are touching it, it is constantly making a little tune. See? And the way that I'd like to set it up, if the GM is okay with it, is it will be mood music that will be his personal theme tune going along.
For the Imperial March.
Yeah, I mean, what type of mood music are you? Would
Well-
Randy have programmed into this?
If Lucius tries to be sneaky with it, it'll be like dun 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 dun. If he's like making moves up towards a person to be romantic in any way, shape, or form, he does not know this at this point. But I would like it to go.
I love the idea that it is actually just Randy's voice doing that. Like,
Yeah.
it's as if Randy was still like playing the air guitar.
100%.
I like it. Be like Bear White, baby. All right, go. So, depending on what he's doing, it will have a different sound.
A
He does not know
different
that
sound
yet.
of it. Yeah, 100%.
He's just getting like a little like what's the resting like it's kind of like elevator music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be more like it's gonna be like a little drum cymbal 1970s funk track.
Love it. All right. Well, Lucius, you're ready for dinner. Apparently, you're all dressed up and ready to go.
I see you do that, and I'm like, I don't know if I can beat that.
You got time?
Yeah, you're right.
Natsu smiles and says, I knew I liked you. You are easy for distractions, I see.
Yeah.
I'll start moving just to hear the music going off and just shake my head.
All eyes on you. I see how this works. We
It's
can
gonna be
do
awkward tweeting
something
that, especially
great.
sitting at the table.
Well, you three got to buy ones for the other three. So I'm looking forward to whoever wants to buy for me and make it good.
All right.
We're in the elevator. Somebody else joins in the elevator, and then we leave, and they're like, "Oh, the music stopped."
I love it. Go. You guys heading back? Stopping in through the casino on your way, or so I should show that.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got. Look at the time. We got 40 minutes to our table.
Let's go. 100%. I drop
right.
100 gold pieces immediately betting on the first thing I see. I don't even know what we're gambling on.
Okay. I mean, there's
I can
various
get on that
games there. So, anyone wanting to place a bet? Randy, you said 100 gold pieces. Are you proficient with any game systems?
I think we both know the answer to that question, GM. Yes, dragon chess sets, which is not at all useful for this.
Not really a gambling version. But you can choose. So you roll a d20, you can add your dex, wisdom, intelligence, or charisma to the roll.
Okay, what number do I want to hit? As high as possible?
Yeah. High is always better, but there's a...
So it's a dirty 20 then.
Dirty 20, all right. So
wait, that's a charisma saving throw, sorry. Just straight up charisma, that's a 15.
15. So you spend the time that you had allotted and you end up with your money back. Like you didn't win anything really, or you won a little, you lost a little, but like you end up with your 100 gold back.
Strangely deflating. I think I'd rather have lost it all. But all right.
Nah, I'm with you. I want to do some bets, so chuck down about 300 just because that's the odd in the pocket.
That's just what I got.
I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking for a dice game. I'm quite proficient when it comes to the tools of the dice set. So
so if you see, is this room working for everyone?
Yeah, we can see stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I have the watcher thing in here. I keep forgetting to put the watcher. I put you guys in. I don't put the watcher in.
There we go.
Dave. Is that working?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, it's a big one.
I was already in for some reason.
Yeah, I moved you over there.
Okay. I was like, I'm here already.
So, Randy picked one. I don't know where he would have gone, but so these up here are like a dice game. So go ahead and give me your proficiency with the dice set. You can choose your
I know you can
modifier.
Do it. I'm going to give him a bardic inspiration as well, please, if that's all right.
You're off doing your own thing. So this is also basically to kind of look at like if you're spending your time, your hour or whatever doing this. This is the winning and losing in multiple games sort of thing.
So I can't give bardic, is what you're saying?
Correct. Yes.
The music in the lounge is too loud and drowned out.
Yeah. He couldn't hear you. He was focused on his dice.
So what am I rolling? Yeah, was Dex one of the options? Yeah.
So you can add your proficiency though, since you are proficient with a dice set, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can use dexterity plus proficiency on this roll.
Ooh. 15 total.
Okay. So again, you spend that time and you end up with just your money back. There were some times you were really up, and then there was times that you thought you were going to lose it all, but in the end, you just kind of break even.
I enjoy my time thoroughly.
Yeah, I
feel like I've got the most out of it for spending no money.
I mean, if you leave a casino after any amount of time with money in your pocket, it's probably a good day. Lucius or Natsu, are either of you playing anything? Are you guys doing anything else?
I'm not playing, but I'm just walking around scouting out.
Yeah. If you want to give me a perception check. And Lucius, are you doing anything? Are you playing?
Yeah, he's gonna, out of the 500 gold he's gonna grab 400 and see what happens.
Okay. Are you proficient with any gaming sets, or are you just gonna pick a game and
dragon chess? But
okay. Yeah, it doesn't really help for gambling. But so you can choose again. Basically, you choose anything but anything but Constitution and Strength, and you can add that to a D20 roll.
I got the itch for it now. I'll be in here all night.
I'll do charisma.
Okay, and you said you're putting 400 in your pool of money?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got 17.
17. 17. So out of the time you spend, you end up with an extra 100 gold. So you have 500 gold out of the 400 you spent. You were doing pretty well. as far as the gambling goes. You were eking out a little bit of extra money as you spent your time.
I'm going to be looking specifically for a group that is kind of like, I wouldn't say frat boys, but almost on that lines of like, not only they're betting, but they're betting on like everything. And from like, not only like, but like, especially drinking and stuff like that, you know, how many shots they can take, whatever, for this, that, the money, so on and so forth. So,
Okay.
Out of character, I feel so offended, so targeted.
If you head over to this little area, there are like billiard tables built in, and there is a group of mostly human males, various skin tones, kind of hanging out, and they're playing at one of the tables. They're doing drinks. There's kind of like money flying back and forth between them. They seem to be betting on shots, and like, you know, there seems to be money on the game they're playing, but then like individually some of them are betting on like, oh, you know, 5 platinum, that guy, he misses this shot, or, you know, whatever. Like, they're just kind of passing back and forth, laughing and having a good time. Probably some of the loudest ones in this area of the casino.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get in with them and start betting on shots and how many that I can drink versus they can drink, so on and so forth.
Okay. So you're gonna basically try to drink them on the table. Are you betting? You're betting them money, trying to make money off this, or what's the overall?
I'm gonna start out small, and you know, like, you know, this, that, and the other, but build it up where switcheroo comes about, where I start making more money.
Okay.
I do have this nice little lovely feature of my character class that I am immune to disease and poisons.
Okay.
And I do believe alcohol poisoning is a poison.
Well, poisoning is, yeah. I don't think that means you're immune to being inebriated. However, we can do this. Pick however much gold you're kind of looking to eventually get to in this sort of thing. And then we'll make a roll using your Constitution modifier to see how that goes.
Okay.
I'm basically going to use the same rules I'm using for the gambling they're doing, but because you're drinking, we're going to Constitution, and I maybe change the numbers a little based on. I'm going to give them a roll just to see what their Constitution save would end up being.
Okay. Probably. I mean, what's the running theme as far as gold around here? I mean, like a nice healthy amount is.
I mean, you see these
gold
guys
or...
betting like 5 platinum on whether someone's gonna miss or take a shot, but like as far as on the pool table sort of thing. But yeah, if you're bringing 100 gold or something, you know, these guys seem to be up for taking bets of almost any denomination.
Okay. Well, I don't have money. So, we didn't discuss that.
Okay. Well, we'd say you'd have at least 500 gold in cash that you could be spending around.
Okay. Right now I have 19. That's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, no, I don't think we talked about that because I got you good gear and stuff. I didn't really address the spending cash, but we'll say you had about 500 because everyone else had like 5,000 coming into the trip.
We did?
Well, you went and put that down on something else, but
Yeah.
That's
You
crazy.
spent that on a long con to piss off your dad.
yeah.
So we'll put down 100.
Okay. So roll your d20 and add your Constitution modifier to that.
You can do it on the con, maybe.
Yeah, you can just click that plus on your Constitution or
Awesome.
minus or whatever it is.
16.
Okay. So 16. Basically, you're just like same as everyone else, you're just kind of breaking even on your money there. These guys can drink. A couple of them kind of start fading. A couple of them succeed. Like they definitely seem drunker by the end of it. But whatever the shots or however the bets worked, the way my system here that I threw together, not just this morning, works, is that you're gonna end up with your money back. You are fairly, like, you're buzzed at least. Like, by the time you see your companions, like, hey, it's time to go, I think it's probably more that you just didn't have enough time to work on these guys to like get them to the point where you're like, okay, I'm winning all these bets, but like you're feeling a good buzz after, you know, quite a bit of drinks and shots and little side bets and things like that. But yeah, you leave with your money.
While I'm doing that though,
okay,
I'm gonna basically be all buddy with them to the point that I'm gonna try to extract any information on anybody, like callers, or you know, they know of this person, so on and so forth, you know, that had this, that, and the other. So
okay, give me some sort of charisma, either persuasion or deception, however you think you're going about it, and then we'll kind of see how much or what you glean off these guys.
okay. Actually, I'm gonna, since they're throwing around a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna go the persuasion route. I want to actually not only get in good with these guys, but I want to make them an actual contact in the future. So through the whole smuggling thing, this, that, and the other, you know, I get you what you need, you get me what I want, so on and so forth, you know, that kind of idea. So
You're saying this to trust fund babies.
yeah, essentially. If you need a dead corpse of a dead finger from an ancient blah blah blah, I get you. So
This guy's crazy, man. Like, he just offered me a dead woman's finger. That's cool.
Is that still a shot? I don't understand.
No, I think he meant the real thing. Like, for real.
Oh, how wasted are we?
23
Shots.
on first. Oh, you said first. Stop it. Wrong roll.
It's okay, you can just take your roll and then just change the modifiers.
No.
You can look at.
Okay.
I mean, it's up to you, but I think you can look and see what.
Okay, so that was 15. So once again, charisma. So 17.
17. Okay, so you quickly learn that these guys don't know anything about, like, it doesn't seem like there's any crazy information about like callers or anything. Like, you don't hear that dropped. You do find the ringleader of this group is, what did I just do with that? Is a Lord Hiram Melek. He is probably in his early 20s. The other guys all seem to be good comrades of his. One is like Sir Cooper, and you find out that they're from the nation of Alessander, and Lord Hiram is like, he has come into his money, essentially, you find from some of the guys as you're talking to him, through his dad's gem mine that he, you know, his father has passed and he's now the lord of this area, and he has a wealthy gem mine operation that kind of goes out of there.
If you don't mind, either later or, you know,
Yeah.
you drop all that for me.
Yep. I have Sir. Yep. Cool. Your time kind of winds down, and you find yourself. I I assume people are getting ready to head up to the Starlight Lounge.
Yeah.
Let's bring us up there. Alrighty, cool. So you guys are you come up to Starlight Lounge. You see Zay is still behind the bar. There's also the tiefling's there. She's serving people. The dark-skinned waitress that you had seen earlier in the day kind of waves at you. Goes, we have your table ready, gentlemen. If you want to come on over.
Perfect. That's let's go.
Exactly what we're looking for.
So you guys are. I don't know what seat you guys prefer, if you had a preference, but yeah.
No,
Not at all.
just the furthest away from Lucius as he makes the noise walking through the room.
Yeah, there's definitely some eyes that kind of like follow him as he goes by. It's somewhat drowned out by the musician playing. It seems like the music of the musician is somewhat amplified throughout this room through whatever means. As you guys walk in, though, you look up and you see that now that it's nighttime, the dome that was there has actually like disappeared now. It's now like a glass, it's turned to glass, and you can actually see like the moon and the stars outside that are actively going on. There's a couple of like clouds that are wisping by slowly through the scene as you guys can see it. But you make your way to your table there. There are like the plates are set up. There are glasses already there. Nothing's full yet. The dark-skinned elf comes over. Gentlemen, what are we thinking tonight? Do we want wine? Do we want... what sort of food are we looking for? We have a lovely fish that we have harvested. That's on special. Yes, we have... yes, we have some fish. We have a various assortment of beef or pork, or if you're not into meat.
We've been on a ship for 3 days. With limited cooking, fresh, meaty, something that's going to make us go, wow, let's come back here again tomorrow.
How adventurous are we?
Oh, extremely. You must do
All
that.
right. We'll put
There you
together a
are.
plot.
I have some
We'll put
ideas.
together-
Nothing alive, of course.
No. Everything is at least dead.
At least that.
Yeah, no, at least. Minimum dead. Maximum cooked.
It's definitely dead.
Maximum's well done.
Flavor. Like, at least we killed it once on some of these dishes. We rose them from the dead just to get that fresh killed, re-kill flavor. You know, they kill it initially, put it into a freezer immediately to keep the flavor, bring it back up alive to kill it one more time as we actually put it into the oven.
You thought
Where do you
aged
think they get
beef
the
was
bacon
good,
from?
but
Yeah.
aged resurrected beef, then
Yeah.
freshly killed and aged again,
Yeah.
it's like this new level of
It's less Wagyu and Wagyu.
It's all fun and games. You look at back and see the pig with the necklace of regeneration around its neck.
Yeah. It's a problem when you ask for a turducken and they bring you out a whole new cryptid.
You would have seen though, like walking through here, there are essentially like plates that are like would be like sushi, essentially like raw fish kind of done up. There are others that are like large steaks that are cooked. There's one table where you see they're sharing some sort of like decent sized bird, like between like a turkey and chicken size sort of thing. So there's a good variety of food here. Everything so far has smelled great that you've seen. There's, you know, a myconid like sitting in one of the spots that just seems to have like a bunch of vegetables kind of like on a plate that's been steamed or cooked. So there's various options. if no one had any like specific requests. I mean, she would have probably had a menu, but she'll bring out assortment of food.
Just give us a tasting table.
Yeah.
We're here for a while, so just send us out a fair few courses. Make 7 courses of tell the chef to actually try and work to whatever theme they want to. They don't have to explain it to us. Just present it. We'll eat it, and then you can take it away again.
All right. And she will kind of go off and put in an order. Was there beverage orders you guys had, or are we doing wine, or are we doing
Wine for now.
Okay. So she'll come back with like a bottle of wine, and she'll like fill each of your glasses and kind of like leave the bottle there for you guys. It is a like kind of it is white, like a white wine, but in that kind of like the ones that are almost a little bit more ambery in color. Slightly on the sweeter than like oaky or dry side of things. Not like overly sweet, not like a dessert wine, but a nice kind of refreshing a wine there. And then
Sauvignon Blanc, something along those lines.
something around there. And she comes out with like a tray, and it's like a mixture of foods there. So there are sushi plates essentially. There are like a bit of a steak off to one side. Like it's kind of like a sampler platter of almost anything that they have. Like that's the first thing she brings out for you guys, along with like some freshly baked bread, some butters, some jams, things like that, like on another platter. And she gets it all set up. Anything else for you, gentlemen? At the moment, of course.
No, we're fine, thank you. We're good. Just food, drink, and maybe a moment to ourselves, if that's okay.
Of course. And she wanders off. So in this room, there are a various assortment of people there. There is, let's see. You see a female elf adorned in a dress of burnt amber, which actually and she's up by the bar. So you can see her very clearly. She's got this dress, also has along it runs, almost looks like flames that kind of flick and flitter across her body in various random intervals. And she is leaned up against the bar, sipping on a light glass of wine, something similar to probably what you're at, somewhere near where Zay is, who's kind of talking with her. And she's also there talking with sorry, I have a list and I was looking at who she'd be talking with. She was, and I lost it. She's talking to there's actually a Warforged that's standing there, who obviously is not drinking anything, but is just kind of standing there talking to her. He is bulky, pretty hefty looking, heavily plated, and they're up there talking together. There is off to another side, you see a table. There is a turtle who is adorned with jewels and a mixed match of almost clothing. It seems nice and silk and top notch, but it's just this mixed match. A female turtle who's eating with a dark-skinned human male who's similarly adorned in less jewels, but nice clothing, a couple of chains of gold and silver that are kind of mixed matched and tossed on there. They have that almost a gypsy-esque, but with really nice clothes, if they spent lots of money on what they had. But that aesthetic of mixed match. Then just various other people throughout this kind of area here.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. Any sense of danger inside this room?
Give me a perception check.
Sure.
Or insight probably is more for a sense of danger. Okay. I mean, in general, it is a well-off bar restaurant that caters to higher-end clients. Everything here is fairly expensive, so you don't have like that many problems that you think are going to come about.
Okay. I'm gonna tuck into my food and drink my drink and just get on with my night. I'm on holiday. I'm really not focusing very much on other people. You know, this is me genuinely relaxing. You know? Not looking for shenanigans. Not putting any effort into bullying poor Lucius. Just having some wine and just letting the shoulders slump and just enjoying some brisket. You know.
All right. Yeah. Sounds good. So you guys enjoy your meal. At some point, kind of Zay will swing out from behind the bar and kind of come over and just kind of lean up nearby. So, gentlemen, how's everything so far? How have you found the island?
Peaceful. If anything, I'm starting to feel the itch, if you get what I mean, for a bit of action. Maybe it's been so long without having to relax. I don't know. But yeah, this is nice. Food's great. Have to admit.
Lovely food. Excellent food. Very relaxed. No worries at all. Telepathically sending a message. Theodosia's informed me that, I've been informed that children have escaped the island of Halat.
Alas.
And they are collared ones in disguise. They're going to many different islands. Could be a whole thing. If you see any children about on the island, you let us know. My friends don't know at the moment. Yeah, it's very relaxed, calm down. We've had a lovely bath situation.
Good. Well, I just want to make sure everyone's happy. Nothing major has happened around here. No, nothing to note, but, we're always keeping our eye out for things. And if you hear of anything that I should know of course, let me know. I'm the man around this area. And then he, pauses as you see coming up from the stairs, there is a blonde-haired, high elven woman, pale skin, a dress of sparkling gold. She has a large set of pearls hanging around her neck, kind of low cut dress, high cut on the bottom side, showing her legs as she kind of walks in on golden shoes. She says, if you'll excuse me, everyone, I need to make sure our lady has a drink of her choice. And a couple of
lady? Who is that?
That is the proprietor of the Arkosian at the moment. That is Leonora, our lady. She oversees the operations here.
Okay.
And he kind of gives a quick nod and shuffles off behind the bar. A couple other people seem to move around, and it seems like one of the tables nearest to the band has been kind of cleared and prepped for her. There's already food that's setting out, and Zay goes behind the bar and starts whipping up a drink, and then kind of walks it over as she goes and sits down at the table nearest to the band.
Just to confirm, is this the same woman that was in the bathhouse that came out after the promotion?
No, that one was more of a human-looking blonde lady. Sorry, there's lots of them. This is a high elven, clearly elf, very curvaceous, but healthy, skinny. She's well kept. Her skin is almost glimmers with this golden makeup, almost instead of a blush, it's almost like a gold, but well done, not ostentatiously done. And she has beautiful pearl necklace hanging down. She's got like a pearl bracelet on, golden dress that kind of flows with her, showing almost as much skin that can be in a decent form. Obviously a very expensive and elegant dress. She sits down and starts eating.
First one to successfully get a free drink off of her wins 5 platinum pieces. Any takers?
Hendrix is like sitting there like, no, I've still got to get you some clothes somewhere. I've still got on one-track mind at the moment.
All right, no bet.
I am curious.
Munch, num, num, num.
Yeah, munch, num, num.
So,
stage. Do they have music playing? Is it a
Yes.
situation where Randy's going to end up getting up there?
It's up to Randy. It does. There is a stage. There is a.
Are they any good?
Yeah, I mean it's just one musician, but they are playing with quite a bit of skill. Along with like next to him, he's like sitting there playing like on a lute. Next to him, there's a harp that's like kind of like strumming by itself. Like it is going along with the music, like playing an extra kind of background music to what he's playing as well.
Backup harp.
Yeah. It's nice, and he kind of like smiles and starts like doing a bit of a chant that goes along with it, and yeah, it's little things. What languages do people speak?
So many.
No.
I have Dwarvish, Elvish, and so you can common. Dwarvish, Elvish.
I have common, elvish, halfling, undercommon.
Common and Elvish.
That's it.
Come on,
I've got Elvish.
come on, Natsu.
It's got
Let's
the
hear it.
smirk. It's like I want.
what? I know what they're talking about.
That's right, because you speak all. You understand all. Yep. Yeah. So you would kind of recognize it a little bit. It is in Draconic, but it's not like exactly like a song where there's words. There's a few chants here and there, and they're like words of like power, of beauty, of like they're kind of sung in that like kind of low, almost like monk like chant that goes along with the music.
It is something that I normally don't listen to, but it works with this atmosphere. I am curious though. Does Lucius make different noises when he dances?
Oh, I
Never
imagine
seen
he
it
does.
Well, then maybe that should be the bet. Lucius go dance with the lady.
I think you should, Lucius.
How much am I getting out of her?
5 platinum pieces right now, and I put it on the table. Bam.
Alright, Lucius is gonna get up and he's gonna walk up to her.
Okay. Give me like a persuasion roll, I guess. Unless you have another roll that you think would work.
Yeah, that will work. He'll approach her and just say, may I have this dance? And hopefully I don't fuck it all up.
As he's approaching her, you hear Foxy start to play in my voice.
Wow, 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 wow.
I would like to spend inspiration, please.
Okay.
I will actually also give him bardic inspiration.
Apparently, it was not a great roll.
I thought you were going to hit him with silvery barbs.
No, I want him to do well here. My boy's on holiday. Let him get with the
That was so bad. Was the bard thing still work or not?
Yeah, I mean, you're
Yeah,
going to... Bardic will still
Bardic,
work.
So what's the
Extra.
number?
I think it's D8, mate, D8.
I don't think you fit D10 chair. But...
No. What'd you get?
18 total.
Okay. I mean, 18's not bad. She smiles. Oh, dear, I would love to. However, I'm not sure that armor's quite suitable for the dance. But if you would like, you may join me for a beverage.
I would love that.
She kind of smiles over at you. She's got like these golden eyes that like glimmer as she looks upon you. Let me guess. Your name's Lucius.
What gave that away?
You tend to all have a look.
That's lovely.
I'm sure you don't like to hear that. Your progenitor is sometimes quite trying at times. I've known him far longer than I'd like to admit, though.
Well, that makes you and me both.
How are you enjoying your stay?
A lovely place you got here.
Thank you. I see myself perhaps more of a what do you call them? Just someone to look after it. It's too old for it to just be mine. But I've been in possession of it for a very long time. And I've become quite fond of this location. Yes, custodian. Thank you, voice in my head.
Well, it's definitely better than any other establishment like it that I've been to.
You're a frequent casino goer, huh?
Every once in a while, us being soldiers, sometimes when we go places to have them partake.
Yes, blowing off steam. Always seems to have been your father's excuse for his antics. I can see that, I suppose. It's been a very long time since I've had to draw blood in anger.
Just in pleasure.
He would say, well, you wouldn't exactly by then.
Well, this island's very safe. People don't want to mess with it. For one, because I protect it. For another, because it's come to be a location of business, of neutrality amongst the islands. We get visitors from pretty much all of them, minus perhaps perhaps other than Durantur. I even get some members from the barony. Anyone's coin's welcome. Most people's vices are welcome.
I'm actually surprised that with all this gambling, you guys don't got underground fighting or anything like that.
I mean, we do have a fighting arena. There's locations, everything is scheduled. There are a series of people that are constantly on rotation, but we've been known to have people who have desired fights of one form or the other, whether to settle old scores or just wanted to try to earn some coin in the arena. They can be arranged if you are looking for such things. Perhaps you want to fight the little one or the cat person over there.
Nah, those are my, you can say they're my co-workers, so.
Ever had a beef with a coworker you wanted to work out in a safe environment?
I mean, worst comes to worst, I can always smack one, so it's not that bad.
Fair enough. I at times want to fight some of mine, but it gets so tiring.
I will say this though, if you want to see some bloodshed, and you can get a particular person in one of those cages, I can guarantee a fight for you.
No, really?
The question,
Is there a particular fight that I should want to see? I've seen so many, it gets boring after a while.
I think he's well known in this part, Marcus.
What did Monsieur Del Torino do now?
What he hasn't done, that's a question.
Oh, yes. Well, mercenaries are mercenaries. They fight anyone for the right coin. If the spectacle would be good, I'm sure the right coin could be arranged.
Well, I know a person that would love a piece or more of him.
Well, like I said, we might be able to arrange something. If you guys are staying for a while, I would have to work on Marco. He doesn't like to put himself at risk if he can help it. He's never far from his allies if he can help it either. But again, we can arrange things. Speak with people. Zay is one. He is a very reliable source here on the island. He is probably the closest I have to a public face out here.
Alright, well, since if it's alright to come to you, once you figure this out, I'll let you know if the person wants to fight him, which I'm sure is a yes, but,
I am frequently around here, whether I am easily accessible sometimes. So like I said, if not, you may be able to pass on word. Oh, if you'll excuse me, sir, I do apologize, but my cousin is joining me now. And you see, coming up, there is a dark-haired elven male with, a beard, kind of walking across the floor, heading over. He has a little pipe in his mouth. It's like a well-kept beard. He's well-kept, sharp, pointy hair, short, cropped hair. A little green smoke comes out as he puffs on this pipe, and he kind of walks over towards the table.
Lucius would grab her hand and Elvin say it was a wonderful evening and kiss her hand, and then he'll go to shake his and say have a wonderful evening.
Ah, yes. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes,
I
well,
didn't catch your name.
I'm Lucius. I'm a gladiator. You might have heard of me.
Ah, Lucius. You are from the Letong people, yes?
Yes.
Ah, it's a pleasure to meet you. I am Morwarin. This is, and he's dressed in a dark green suit. It's finely made with kind of a lighter green shirt and dark green tie, a little silk, little handkerchief coming out of the side.
Nice. I think he would notice and see you compliments you all.
Oh well, enjoy. In fact, cousin, do you mind if I buy them a bottle of something nice? Go ahead, cousin, whatever you feel like. And he kind of nods over at the bar. Well, I'm going to have a lovely bottle coming over. It is a pre-shattering vintage. It is amazing. You'll love it. It's from my personal collection. Don't worry.
Thank you, you're too kind. And I think, seeing that this guy's super high fashion as well, he'll kiss his hand as well. And then he'll turn around to start leaving.
And he kind of smiles and slides in. Shortly, the server that's been attending your table comes up with the bottle. This is a very special vintage. And she starts, she sets it down for a moment. She has one of her helpers kind of start clearing the table of the empty plates and stuff to make room. She brings over some fresh glasses and starts pouring. They're more it's almost like a port, but a very fine port. So she pours smaller portions into each glass for everyone. find yourself enjoying this. Hopefully, it's a fine vintage and brought actually by Morwarin himself. He has a store of his own private collection here, and comes from time to time for his to see his cousin.
Thank you very much.
And she kind of walks off. It is a very fine, very old vintage of like a fortified wine. Probably a fair hefty penny would have been spent if bought recently.
Yeah, when as I sat down before that happened, I would just look at Randy. I'm sorry, she wasn't in the mood for dancing, but she did share a drink with me, and her cousin bought this for her. You're muted.
It's so loud sometimes in here. There's lots of people talking. It's hard to
Can't
hear
hear it over Lucius.
Randy sometimes. Yeah.
I said you win. You can have the 5 platinum pieces.
Cool.
He ain't too proud to take.
Um, I see that you made friends with her and her boyfriend, husband.
It's like cousin, but who knows? I'll look at Hendrix. Hendrix, I might have something for you. How would you like? How would you like to fight Marcus in an underground fight?
I'd love to fight Marcus, if only to take his title.
So I take that as a yes then.
He does owe us an apology.
No, he did chuck somebody out of a window, out of a balcony. Goddamn balconies!
Also, not for nothing, we tried to attack him and he jumped off a balcony, and then he ran off from us.
Yeah.
And he did try and frame us for murder. This one's telling you, Natsu, it's going to come up a lot. When you hear more and more about us, it's going to always be about the balconies.
Quite
But
fascinating.
that geezer, he tried to get us arrested on murder charges. And he forced us into a situation where we were on the run from an entire island.
Well,
That man owes us restitution.
He
Seems
also
like he
worked
needs
with his
to be-
dad as well.
oh.
Yeah.
Seems like you need to catch him with his pants down and his dick tied around the rope, tied to a donkey.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
that's...
Sorry.
Is that a saying, or is that a very specific
it's-
form of punishment?
It is, in some
What island did you say you were
circles,
from?
It is some circles, I mean, you don't
Just so I
want
know
to
to avoid it.
cross a certain somebody, this, that, and the other. That could happen.
Yeah, no. Yeah, all right. I'll be honest with you,
It's good on
that's-
your word about delivery.
Agreed. Listen, I don't think we're going to drop his pants down. Although, to be fair, our very first time that we ever met him, we did actually, in fact, drop his pants down.
Yeah.
See, you were almost halfway there then.
Yeah.
You
To
would
be
like
honest,
to go
the
get
sword-
a donkey? I can do the donkey if you would like.
Dropped his pants, stole his sword.
It's the sword that's on the ship at the moment as well.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, but Lucius, yes, 100%. If we can arrange a duel, me versus him, or if he for some reason doesn't want to fight one-on-one and he's scared, I'm sure we could do some sort of group thing.
If they let me do offensive spells, then I'm in.
Well, if it's a battle arena, I feel like they would. The alarm
have-
at least going to be down
Would
in
I-
the arena.
Would I know the rules of the battle arena?
Sure. Yeah.
So would they allow offensive spells and
Yeah,
but only in the
yeah.
arena
Yeah.
or not? on a-
Essentially, like it's designed similar to the arenas that like Lucius and them fought on in the capital of Oletong. So there are like essentially protective measures to make sure the spells don't harm anyone outside of the arena. But offensive, any spells basically are allowed inside.
So anything goes inside the actual.
Pretty much. There are like wards that have essentially been placed so that none of the damage would be lethal.
Right.
Makes sense.
And so,
Unless you stab him in the face.
You unfortunately you cannot kill him in the arena, but you know you can mess him up pretty bad.
Oh yeah, like I said, if I can just steal his title as
I told him underground fight, so there might be a chance.
Oh, well, underground fights may be a little bit different. Maybe you can chop the dick off.
yeah, but I reckon at this point they've got many eyes on us. Sorry, that's on me.
Oh yeah, that's right. You'd like on the show and say, "Look at me, look at me." That's the problem.
I do like it when people look at me. I am that pretty.
I mean, it fits you. I mean, it makes sense. But you know, in certain circumstances, when you're trying to cut somebody's dick off, it's not a good thing.
Yeah, no. Thoughtful drink of wine. Puts it down.
I mean, you do know that it is a metaphor. You know. I mean, the man's dick is his pride and joy, and it's all about I am the bigger dick. I am the bigger man, and so on and so forth. You chop it off, then he becomes less of a man and more of a whining little boy.
the more this conversation.
I'm glad that we're not sharing a room.
I mean, I do snore.
That's the takeaway. Listen, I appreciate that. I see where you're coming from, and yeah, maybe we do have to cut his balls off in a metaphorical sense. I think we should be looking to relax.
Those people that
calm
do
down.
actually do with the donkey thing. If you want realistic thing, but we have to go to a certain island for that.
I wish I could cast silence on you right now.
Me too.
I have been drinking, by the way.
Why don't we enjoy more drinking and less talking?
Fairly buzzed at the moment.
I'm
It's getting
like,
worse with this.
Is that one guy that's
you're
just
one of
chatting
these-
bullshit in the corner?
you're one of those truthful drunks, aren't you?
Yeah, it comes around. I mean, so.
Yeah. I've seen them. They're very interesting. Very interesting
You
indeed.
just lay out all your tools on the table, then, whoever gets to it first, wins the fight.
Yeah. Zay, charge this meal to the room. Thanks.
Shall we?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
when
mingle.
Say comes by, I want to give him a paper that says a note for the lady, letting her know that yes, he will fight, and that if he doesn't want to fight alone, we can do a group fight if that's what he wants to do.
All right. With that, as you guys finish up your dinner, I think that's a good place to finish up today. And we'll figure out when we're going to fight. You guys can decide whether you prefer a group fight. I'm fine with either way. You can do a solo Hendrix match or a group fight or whatever. We'll figure that out off stream. Thank you for everyone joining us live in chat, dropping stuff. I know I didn't really use anything, but it was kind of a role play. We're setting up. They're enjoying their day. They're exploring the confines of things. There's certain genitalia terms I wasn't expecting to hear 18 times in the last 10 minutes. We're getting to know Natsu. So, yeah. It's very different from Pios. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. If you are at all interested, one of our lovely players has a book out. So I know it's like lulu.com. And what's the name of the book there, David?
It's called Rifts, and it's by
There you
me.
Cool.
Right there.
I've
You were
already
showing-
ordered a copy. Reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty inexpensive. So if you want to check it out, if you want to support a member of this fine show, please do so. Check it out on there. Just go to the lulu.com and type in riffs, and I'm sure it'll pop up. It's easier than trying to explain the.
Yeah,
Right.
go to lulu.com, look up rifts, and look for that picture. That's me. And type in welcome 15, and it'll save you some money.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So utilize that in your
Chucking out the discount code.
discount code. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Like a pro.
With that, Dave, I think, is there anything going on Wednesday? Are you guys still in the game?
I mean, we've got to discuss it off of camera, unfortunately. So I did not advertise this week because everything was kind of up in the air and we didn't know exactly what was going to go on. But make sure you like, subscribe, and follow all of our socials and stuff like that, because I'll kind of update as we go along as far as like, hey, we're going to do a game today, so on and so forth. So yes, hopefully, but if not, next week we got another full house of Phobia nights.
We got Tuesday at this game time, Wednesday night at far later for most people who can watch this at this time. But we'll be playing. So check us out. We're working on some other things as we go. So when we get them, when we got ideas that we can let people know about, it'll be on our socials. So please join us there. With that, see you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Love you guys.
Peace out, people.